All is One Reflections. Welcome to Priestess Tea Time. This is our second tea time. Happy 2024. I am Priestess Omoshule. I am one of the goddaughters of the Reverend Priestess Oshun Funke Iyanifa. I am a staff member at the Orisa Hoodoo Institute. I am an ancestral priestess, an Ori priestess, a spiritual warrior, a spiritual avenger, and I am all that with a bag of chips and the dip.
All is one, everyone. I am Priestess Ifa Pomile Omoware Ogbonyomi, and I am also a goddaughter of the Reverend Priestess Oshun Funke Iyanifa. And I'm staff at Orisha Hoodoo Institute. I am the co-founder of Vibe and High. I am the owner of Enchanted Vibes, and I am mother, a bunch of other things, and overall bad mama jam.
All is One Reflections. I am Priestess Olaia Ifa Shebi. I am a member of the Orisha Hoodoo Institute, a goddaughter of the Reverend Priestess Oshun Funke Iyanifa. I am a community priestess. I am a spiritual avenger, and I am the owner of Yemiya's Inclinations and everything you need and more.
All is one, everyone. This is the fairy godmother, priestess uh, in training, Omojole. I am a staff member at the Orisha Hoodoo Institute and the Voodoo Institute. I am owner of A Mother's Love Apothecary, a butcher, baker, candlestick maker, all of the above, and definitely glad to have you here. And I'm also godmother to the Reverend Priestess Oshun Funke Iyanifa.
All is one. My name is Priestess Anansi Ifa Shewa. I am one of the goddaughters of Priestess Oshun Funke. I'm also a staff member at OHI, and I am also a spiritual soldier. I fight for people who can't fight for themselves. I'm the resident metaphysical priestess of OHI, and I came here to speak. Welcome.
All right, all right. So now that we've done all the introductions, we've got some interesting things to talk about. This is only day 7 of 2024. And I don't know, we thought the bingo card was filled out with Cat Williams, but we got some other stuff to talk about today. And so we're just gonna get into it. And we're gonna start with Cat Williams. How about that? So I still haven't seen the full interview. As some people know, I had some other stuff going on, so I still haven't seen the full interview. I've seen snippets of it, and I've seen all these people coming out trying to say, "Well, this is what happened." And I've heard this Ricky Smiley story before. Okay, I heard this Smiley story months ago when he first said it, and I was just like, "That don't sound right." But I decided to mind my business. And so everybody's talking about how Cat is bitter and angry and all these things, but nobody's talking about how all these people said something about Cat Williams first, and then he just responded. And he responded with receipts. And then Ice Cube came out and said, there's different perspectives on the same story, but here's what happened. And he backed up some of the things that Cat Williams said. And nobody's really talking about that either. And so I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and get into this.
Listen, I actually had the time, I took the time to watch the entire 2 hour and 40 minutes of it. And baby, let me tell you something. They said a lot of things about Cat, but they ain't called him a liar yet. And everybody that's calling him a liar is now being confirmed as a liar. So, I'm just going to go ahead and roll with Cat. Um, it was outside of him, unloading the chopper on everybody for 2024. He definitely said some really good things. People want to try to say he's not successful, but by his definition, he is. A lot of comedians have come out the woodworks to and not even just comedians, regular people have come out of the woodworks uh, to give him his flowers about how much love he shows, how generous he is, how of an overall good person he is, and I really find that refreshing because it's not something that he talks about. It's something that they are talking about, which means, a lot of people do good stuff just to say that they did it, but he's actually doing it and not saying anything about it, which makes it even more genuine. I didn't even realize that he did a lot of the stuff that he did. The one that stuck out for me the most was Boosie. Boosie came out and said that when he got out of jail, Cat invited him to one of his shows, put him front stage and everything, showed him a lot of love, and then at the end, as he was leaving, threw $15,000 in his lap. And he was like, he had just got out of jail. He was living in a hotel with his kids. He didn't have anywhere to stay. And he really, really needed that money. Also, a lot of people don't know that Cat Williams paid for Melba Moore's star on the Walk of Hollywood. A lot of uh, comedians have come and said how he's paid them more than other people for touring on his shows. And it's just the amount of love and respect that he gets out here far outweighs what these people have to say, because like I said, they call him a lot of things, but a liar ain't been one of them. So I gotta give my hat off to Cat. I already liked him as a comedian, but this just solidifies how he is as a person.
Y'all, literally, Cat Williams is like a genius. Like I hadn't realized how smart he was. Like reading at 3 years old encyclopedias. This man is very smart and has a memory of an elephant. So I don't doubt anything he said. But I want to point out he talked about Steve Harvey, Cedric the Entertainer, Ricky Smiley, Diddy, Kevin Hart, Jonathan Majors, Michael Blackson, Tyler Perry, and Ludacris. And now they're all responding it with their own little videos. So this is going to be interesting, and it's probably going to go on for a while. Like I literally took cliff notes on it. I couldn't believe it.
Well, I don't know. Did he say he was reading like 3,000 books a year? Is that even? It's probably possible. I ain't gonna discredit him. Okay, he hasn't given me a
Yes.
reason to
He
discredit
he
him.
said he did it as a
But
child, though.
as a child, I wish.
Children ain't got nothing else to do all day, especially in the summer.
Yeah, yeah, go to camp or somewhere. But um he came out in 2024 standing on business. Okay, I was not expecting that. I don't think anyone was expecting that. And I also feel like that is his truth. Like he said, people came on Shay Shay Club Shay Shay, and they spoke their truth. They said what they had to say. So I think, you know, how when you're in an argument or something and you're retaliating or you're responding to someone, but all they see you is responding. They didn't see what happened before. I think that's what happened. And so I feel like let that man speak his truth. Like I said, no one called him a liar. Like Omojole said, no one called him a liar. That is his truth. And I think that he's exposing a lot of things. I really think this is going to be the year where the chicken's coming home to roost. 2023, 2024. I think things are going to be exposed. And make sure you have your receipts, because if not, they're gonna call you crazy. Okay.
It's definitely the age of accountability at this point. Like ain't nobody nobody's being saved.
Nobody. And since we started talking about that, if you put hashtag truth in the comments, if you were watching this on YouTube, any of our YouTube channels, put hashtag truth in the comments, and we'll do that drawing here in a minute and see who wins a little something, something from Priestess Omoshule. I believe you're first up. Yeah, you're first up. So hashtag
Hey,
truth in the comments, y'all.
can I
Hashtag
say something about that, y'all? Because some of y'all won last time, and I never got a DM or messenger, so I don't know who it
Facts.
was. So if y'all remember who who whose prize you won, please DM them so we can get your prize to you. We don't want to sit here and offer prizes and then you win and then never get anything, because we really do want to share the love. We want to give you some love. So make sure you go into our DM. If you don't know, go into one of the other ones DMs and we can all contact each other, but we'll figure it out. But just make sure that you do that.
Thanks, because y'all ain't gonna be up here slandering our name because you not doing the due diligence. So you won your
You'll get
prize,
it.
claim your prize. Okay.
You'll get it from me. You might just get it late. You might get a CP time, but y'all gonna get it from me. Okay, y'all just
Listen, late is better than never. How about
okay
that?
because I do real workings. Okay, so it's not anything I just put together. Okay, so
That part.
um, hopefully the person who got it, they got it already. But thank you for your patience.
Ashe.
Yes. And I know who got mine. I just have been doing a lot, and that's my fault. But I know who got it, and I'm gonna get it to you, girl. I promise.
Facts. Same. I know who won mine. I have their address already. It has just been a very wild 30 days. Very wild 30 days. So grace is extended upon us.
And also, hi to everybody in the chat. People already started talking. So hey y'all, how y'all doing? Again, make sure you put hashtag truth in the chat, and we'll do a drawing at the end of this segment. We only got like 4 people in here, so make sure y'all do that. Hello, I am who I am. Hello. It looks like Mila, because there's a bunch of A's. So I'm gonna say Mila. Hi, Sacred Morning Coffee. Hi, Oshun Kamibi. We love our little soldier. Hi, Priestess Chambly. I can't remember what your our name is, but good morning, Priestess. Hi, Ebony. Okay, so Mila is Ebony. Good morning, everybody. Priestess Ola Ear, what you got to say about Cat Williams?
The truth shall prevail. That is all I can say. I mean, I started to watch the interview and I really literally just got distracted doing some other shit because I got a lot of stuff happening. But the first 20 minutes, let me look at my notes. 12 people named. First 20 minutes. First 20 minutes. And that's just what I caught. That's just the names that I caught in the first 20 minutes of the interview. So I am just expecting a lot more responding videos. But we know, like everyone has already said, ain't no one called him a liar yet. And the truth shall prevail. That's all I can say. I like it.
And also too, the truth is sweet no matter how what.
Sweater.
Bitter.
Twitter.
Twitter.
No matter how sweater. Yeah, I haven't had a chance to watch it. It came out right before the death of my ex-husband, and so I haven't had time to watch it. And that definitely would have been something that we would have sat and watched. Like I would have been over at the house, we would have been chilling, and we would have sat and watched that whole 2 hour and 46 minute interview because we were childish like that. And we loved Cat. Like I've been watching Cat Williams since Cat Williams was Cat Williams, and he's from Ohio, so like we all about that up here. Okay, we don't play about Cat Williams. He must be protected. So this one is gonna be Omo Jole, predominantly, but apparently there were some aliens in Miami that were like shape shifting in front of people and turning into fog and creeping people out. And I saw somewhere else where like 7 alien ships landed or something like that earlier in the week, and nobody was talking about it because they all distract. And you know how people say, well, there's always a distraction to keep people away from stuff. So people were saying the distraction was the combination of the Jeffrey Epstein list, which we're going to talk about, and Cat Williams. And so that's why nobody's talking about these aliens. I didn't pay attention to it because everything else was going on. What's going on with these aliens? Priestess Nancy, I know you know because you be all up on game. What's going on?
Listen, I be all up in space all the time. I did see a video and I've been trying to figure out if it's CGI or what, but it looks like, so I was explaining to somebody the other day, like imagine how the West Africans felt when they first saw the boats come on shore. Like they in your mind, you cannot You can't even fathom what something looks like if you've never seen it before and you've never imagined it. And so now you have these big, huge ass colonizer boats coming on shore, and all they could do was stand there and stare at it because they were still trying to map their mind about around what they were seeing. Same instance here. When that video had them weird ass lights in the sky, all you see is people just stuck staring at it. It was crazy, right? So now when you look at that video, it's at least 100 fucking police cars out there, like for a fight for some fireworks. And then on top of that, there's people who said there was like 60,000 people at the same time out of power. The planes were brought down and the airport was shut down. So like it was more than what the media is trying to say. Everything's a fucking illusion. Everything.
Listen, just the other night here in Portland, a plane got landed because their emergency door flew off.
I
That was
said,
with Boeing, right?
Wait,
I said
what?
for real. That
It
was
was
scary as hell.
Alaska Airlines, I think. I was like, what? Okay. All right, y'all. I see y'all. I see y'all are making your presence known across the country. I honestly just I think that if we are having some extraterrestrial visitors, that we just need to be prepared to be wowed and don't act scared. And if you scared a bit, I'm gonna need you to go take your ass to the back of the line because I don't got time for no foolishness. Like for real, for real.
My ass would be at the back of the motherfucking line. Okay. Okay. Shit. I am not a warrior for the extraterrestrials. Okay.
I just want to know, like, why are we taking doors, emergency doors off of airplanes? Like, how does one, like, what? Like, did the cabin pressure drop? Like, how, like, what?
Yeah, so people had to put masks on. People lost their cell phones. There was a lady sitting in the row of the door with their baby, and I guess the shirt like flew off. They moved whoever was in that area from that space if they wanted to move, but there was like nobody sitting directly at that door. And I'm looking at the video and I see the plane and I'm just like, there's no fucking way. There's just no way, unless they were doing some sort of testing of the emergency exits and maybe the door didn't get closed all the way. That's the only thing that I could literally think of that would cause this to happen, unless somebody is just suctioning the shit off.
Man, y'all don't. It's so much shit that's happening that's weird. Like, and they said the aliens in Miami, when they showed up, they looked lost and confused. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was kind of an accident. They didn't realize that they exposed themselves or that they had showed up there. But like literally, I in the in when right when you were describing the door coming off the plane, I literally thought that maybe whatever they use doesn't work that way, and they just kind of wanted to peek in, and then that shit blew off and caused havoc. But it's like weird things are happening, and it's like they're trying to figure out how to approach and but they fucking shit up. They, because they don't know, like they move differently, and so we're all like, what is going on? So we gotta look at these weird ass signs, train derailments, like, come on, like, oh, crazy, man. My eyes are wide open, all 78 of them.
Well, and when you think about it, think about when we do testing on other creatures, we don't understand the impact that we're having on them at the time. So, and we talked about this over the weekend, kind of with the different dimensions, and so how you can only look down, you can't look up. So we don't know what the fourth dimension looks like because we live in the third dimension. And so we can go down to the second dimension and the first dimension, but we don't actually understand the impact that we're having on those dimensions when we go and we pull something out of it. So when we go and pull out an amoeba, or we go and mess with molecules or, neutrons and protons, when we go and mess with these things, we don't see the impact that it has on other things because it's really a whole nother dimension. It's a whole other universe that we're messing with. And so they're basically doing the same thing. They're in the fourth dimension, some of them. And so if they're coming down to the third dimension and they're trying to, evaluate what's going on, not necessarily dissect, but they're trying to investigate. You know what I'm saying? The same thing that we do, and so that it just looks a little different because we are an intelligent life that has other things to do, as opposed to like an amoeba. Because to us, amoeba ain't got shit going on, and to them, we ain't got shit going on. And so it's just like they're like, "Ah, what's this?" Not realizing that there are 700 people on that plane and babies and stuff. And so that's just kind of like how it is.
It's crazy because everyone that I've been having conversations with, like including family members, they're like, "Oh, they lying about them aliens and that junk ain't real." Okay, maybe so, but you can't possibly believe with a sane, common sense ass mind that we are the only planet in the whole entire vastness of the universe that never ends, and we're the only rock in that, only tiny little rock in that has life on it. Come on. Just like we trying to extend our boundaries and reach way out there, so is others. And it soon will happen. And it's happening.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't understand how people think that we are, yes, we are the only intelligent life out there. Um, all of these galaxies and planets and nebulas and all of this wonderful stuff, and we just happen to be the only functional beings in the whole universe. No, that's not happening. My thing is in a world where we record every goddamn thing, and I do mean everything, even things that don't nobody want to see. You mean to tell me not one there person pulled out their phone except for that person that live in a high rise across from the mall? Nobody? Nobody? No
Fact.
body cams. You got 100 cops there, maybe 200 if it's two cops in a car. So you got all these cops there, all of these people there. Nobody pull out their phone. Nobody for the 10-foot tall aliens.
I done broke my phone 7 times already during that whole incident trying to get that damn camera out. Okay. I done pissed on myself. Listen, the camera coming out.
It gotta come out because there ain't nobody gonna believe me when I tell them that a 10-foot tall alien just appeared out of nowhere, looking dazed and confused. I'm confused too. Confusion has set upon the whole area, but somebody gonna see this damn alien. Then with the 7 UFOs, y'all niggas will record a damn fucking what's a blimp that miraculously got shot down, but y'all ain't recording these UFOs. Like, come on, come on, come on. Like, I'm not saying it didn't happen, but
Well,
something
what
happened.
what do you think
You ain't
about what
shutting down no airport for no fight 100 miles away. I'm sorry.
exactly?
Something happened. Something.
Well,
They
you
just
know,
don't
they're
want to talk
passing
about it.
laws to for the government to expose what they already know, to let the people know what they already know and the evidence that they have. There is some footage, but what I do want to point out is the other day when I was trying to find information on this alien thing in Miami, usually when you scroll YouTube, like if you put a video on, usually similar videos or related to that will come into your algorithm. Child, no. Every time I pulled that junk up, every time I pulled up news about the all the police cars, every time I pulled up the next video was something totally off the topic. Then I had to go dig all through YouTube to try to start search that same topic. So it's something, you know what I'm saying? Like it ain't that algorithm wasn't doing right.
Right. And then on top of that, they said that this happened New Year's Day. Why are we just now hearing about it?
They did they so I mean, the men in black could possibly be absolutely for real. Or the government just has some absolute fucking device and capability to delete the last recorded fucking video from everybody's phone or to prevent people from posting it. Like, I'm not above the theories, okay? I'm just not above the theories because the government, they do so much and they try and keep everything concealed. But now in 2024, everything is being revealed. So,
I don't know because during the middle of COVID they declassified the files on Area 51 and uh 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 meditation and auras and all of the other good stuff. I got the file. I'll send it to y'all. Because I had nothing but time during COVID, so I definitely got the file. I sent it to my dad. He read it. We talked about it. So they can't be that secretive about it, especially once Mexico pulled up them bodies and said, "Here go the mummified aliens." You know what I'm saying? So we know they out there. Yeah, yeah. Mexico did this just recently though. They did this in 2023. I want to say they did this like around September, October, somewhere around there. They had a whole press conference and had the mummified aliens up on the screen and the whole nine. So it's not that we don't know. You know what I'm saying? But the government's idea is that they don't tell because people are so scary. And oh yeah, I know Area 51 is real. When I worked at Dish Network, I used to have customers call me from Wiseville, New Mexico, and I wouldn't even be selling them nothing. The first thing I'm gonna ask them is about them aliens. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't selling them nothing. We hook up them TVs later. What's going on with them aliens? But yeah, no, I just you know, they like to hide stuff to prevent mass hysteria. And they with the Patriot Act, they do have the ability to hide certain things. But I just want to see the footage, and not that grainy stuff. You get 4K videos on cops, but you mean to tell me that the only thing they got is this one grainy video of this blip moving across the screen? Like, yeah, no, you're not gonna tell me that.
Speaking of things caught on video, so this lady freaking out in Delta. So talk about people pulling out their phones, right? So far I've only seen one video. They haven't released why this lady was kicked off the flight, but this lady was kicked off the flight that I don't even think had boarded yet. It didn't seem like it because there was a bunch of people out there. But she went stone cold crazy and yelling at everybody, talking about how she's menstruating. Like that's an excuse. She was cussing at all the employees, cussed at this lady behind the desk, called her a dumb bitch or something like that. Then there was a white guy, because she's a white lady. There's a white guy who was sitting, where the little chairs are and stuff. And he said something to her. I don't know what she said. And so she goes over to him, starts berating him, and she's like, "Do you know what a uterus is? Do you like what does that have to do?" She's like, "I'm wearing a diaper." Like, woman, first of all, this ain't your first period, ma'am. She was all of probably in her late 20s, early 30s, maybe. I don't know. You know how them people are. She could have been in her 40s for all we know. But she's probably in her 30s somewhere. So, like, ma'am, this isn't your first period. We all have these. Priestess Ola Ia and Priestess Oya Petu and I were all on our period together over the weekend. Okay, dealing. Do you hear me? And we were fine. We're in a house with a bunch of other females and one man. Do you hear me? One poor man in that house. And like, we're fine. So like, why are you over here tripping? Like, she went crazy and talking about she wasn't mad until she found out she was getting kicked off the flight. Like, man, they don't just kick you off the flight for no reason. You was already tripping. Did y'all see the video?
Would you put it? Would you put in the chat? You said ovary acting.
Oh yeah, somebody in the comments said she was overreacting. Yes, and I had to go pass out and get in the shower because that was too much.
Well, she was not thinking about the girls. Okay, she was not thinking about the girls. Remember, so speaking of recording, did y'all see the video of the guy having a meltdown at the airport with American? And then the partner was like, "Just think about the girls, think about the girls." And he's just like, and he's trying to talk to the lady in the wheelchair, and she's like, "Get away from me." He's like, "Fuck off, bitch." Like, people are having extreme meltdowns in the airport. Okay, it's something about the airport. But you know what? I could kind of feel for the lady because, I don't want to play devil's advocate, but maybe she didn't know her period came on. That's the worst feeling. You on a plane and you ain't know your period's on. And then, you're a raging, hormonal, crazy person. I'm not making excuses, but, I've been there. I've been like one day bugging the fuck out. And then the next day my period came on. I was like, damn, that's what's going on. Shit. Okay. And then I have to go and apologize to everybody. Thank God it wasn't in the airport. But, that's why I feel when I get to heaven, I want to have a one-on-one with Eve. like a real one-on-one
You
with
want her
them.
ones
Facts, like you
Like,
heifer.
and
You heifer.
when I mean like one-on-one, I mean like shoot the one. Like,
That part.
and then they be like,
She
girl,
gonna
just
have
go
to run
back.
the fade. I'm sorry. She
Okay.
gonna have to
Let me tell
run
you.
the fade.
And let me tell you, when I get to heaven, I better not be waiting at no gate. I want them to be like how the club, like, yeah, she good, she good. She did all she was supposed to do. She mastered all the lessons. And I'd be like, excuse me. Okay, and the angels need to be right there. Be like, nah, she
Move,
could come on.
peasants.
And then
Now
I'm a
we
I'm gonna
skipping
go
the
through.
line. Now we
Let me
skipping the
tell
line in
you.
heaven.
Let me the life that I had to go
We
through.
tipping bouncers.
Sure,
We
we're
tipping
not.
the angels.
I pay my dues in the flesh on this earth. Okay, that is my tip. Okay, me being obedient. So when I get to the pearly gates, they gonna be like, "Oh no, she good." I could be the 1,000th person back waiting. Okay, and I'll be like, "Go ahead, let me through," and then I'm gonna go find me like where she at, and then they gonna have all the angels just kick me out, and I have to reincarnate and do it over again. Because
Because it gave what it was supposed to give.
let me
Okay.
tell you. And I'm gonna do it for all the girls, all the women out here, even the women that say, don't do it for me. Y'all really want me to do it, so we're gonna have a one-on-one.
I did it so you ain't have to.
Exactly. Exactly.
This is why women who are menstruating still need to connect to the divine feminine so they can always know what the hell is going on with their body, period. Like, and know how to handle that shit. Because, we all have different episodes when our moon time comes. So it's not the same for everyone. But if you connect to the divine feminine within, and you're in alignment, you can totally know when this shit is going to happen so you don't be in the airport freaking out because you got a diaper on. And why are you wearing a diaper, ma'am? She was
Listen,
probably wearing
listen.
one of them,
I was
the
about to
period
say
underwear.
them always underwears be coming through for the kid. Don't
The,
discount the underwears.
and they don't
I
even
mean the
feel like
period
diapers.
diapers. They work.
I
They
haven't
don't
tried
feel
them, so
like
I
a
wouldn't
diaper.
know.
She
Yeah,
got a
I
heavy
have.
flow. That's what it is. It's for the heavy flow.
That part.
Yeah, listen, it works. So talking about crazy women, let's continue with this crazy women. Gypsy Rose. So for those who don't know who Gypsy Rose is, she was a victim of Munchausen syndrome by proxy. Her mother pretended that she was sick to get attention. I think at one point she lied and said she had cancer. She lied and said she had a bunch of different things. She was feeding her all types of drugs. She had doctors prescribing this girl drugs and she was giving them to her, which did actually end up making her sick. And it gave the appearance of sick. At one point, she had the little girl in a wheelchair talking about she couldn't walk. And as the girl gets older, she starts to notice that things are a little bit off. And when she's 19, what she found out, she was actually 19. Her mother falsified her birth certificate, or falsified a document that looked like a birth certificate to make it look like she was still like 15 when she was really 19. And she she ends up talking to this guy online. She had a little bit of internet access. She ends up talking to this guy online who's older, significantly older, still probably too old to be talking to a 19-year-old. That's a whole other problem. We're gonna get to that in a second. But he's talking to her and she realizes what her mother is doing. She had some suspicions, going into it, but she's 19 and we remember being 19, all the extra hormones that come with being a teenager and things like that. And she has all these extra hormones and she's upset, she's angry. They end up plotting to unalive her mother. And it happens. They in fact do that. And she goes to jail for it. Her mother, never mind that her mother like literally got, I don't even know how much money, a ridiculous amount of money for the care of her daughter who was not sick. At one point she's talking to somebody and she tries to run away and be with this man that she's talking to, but she leaves her phone behind. Her mother finds it, finds out who the guy is, gets his information, goes to get her daughter, and she convinces her that she'll still be able to see him if she comes home. And she's like, okay, she believes her for some strange reason. So she gets home, she chains her to her bed, and then has a leash that's also connected to her. But before she leashes herself to her, she just has her tied to her bed and she goes and she gets like a big mason jar and a cow tongue And she prints off a picture of her. She prints off a picture of the person she was talking to. She puts both the pictures in there. She puts some menstrual blood in there and some other stuff. And she said, "You will never be happy ever again. You will never find love." And then she takes the jar, puts everything in it, and she buries it in the backyard. And so she, now things are coming up, and she said, she's she feels like that's why she's had such a hard time. And she did it in front of her. So the argument can be made that, it's not really voodoo, because she said voodoo, right? And we know it's not really voodoo. Magic period is magic period. It doesn't really have to have a label as to voodoo, hoodoo, whatever. But she did it in front of her. So the power of doing it in front of her then cemented it in her mind. It would have made it stronger on top of that. So it's a combination of whatever she did. She used menstrual blood. So we already know that much hate and vitriol put into anything on top of using menstrual blood is going to create some type of energy. Okay. Even if she didn't know what she was doing, she put menstrual blood in it, it's already going to work. And then she did it in front of her. So now it's going to work, because mentally, every time she has an issue with her relationship, she's going to think about this at the same time. What do y'all feel about this?
I just want to know what the cow tongue was for.
So speaking of receipts, like why? Not that I would go do it, but seemed like she would say, "Yeah, it's buried in the backyard," and some. Not that it matters, but
Let me go dig it up.
yeah,
I don't know if they still have that house. Like, somebody else lives in that house now. And I saw something where the neighbors are still like haunted by what they found out when on. It was like a house of horrors, basically. It was kind of like that guy who had those women in their basement. Like, the people who live nearby, they're like in shock and disgusted. I don't even know if somebody lives in that house or not. But just touching the work ain't gonna necessarily do anything either. Because you have to, if you're gonna go dig it up, you're gonna have to dig it up the right way. You can't just go in there touching stuff, because that might not make it even better by undoing the work. You got to undo it the right way. So I don't know.
that definitely won't undo it. That's gonna take. I don't even know if that can be Anyways, that her mom literally that house, everything that they ever owned was based on the fact that that child was supposed to be. I mean, they won awards. They were featured in. I think she did the Make a Wish Foundation. Like all kind. They were supported by so many. Like it was just everything that her life was built on was based on a lie.
A whole ass lie.
And, in my Gypsy Rose voice, I just think that the mom is crazy. And I'm gonna be real. I can see how all that shit could have went under the radar. People are not as thorough as you would think they would be. Just me being a social worker, there's a lot of things that get slipped under the crack. But I will say that it's fucked up that she had to go through that. She didn't have an advocate. I was watching an interview. She was just released this week. Well, last week she was just released, and she was saying that she wished that she could have went to her father for help. Girl, you couldn't go to your father for help. That man left anyway. So and he wasn't even in contact. But I believe the mother probably did do some work and some shit that she probably Googled.
Rabbi Google.
Yeah, and she probably mixed some shit together, but also too, like Priestess Aoife Pamela was saying, sometimes, someone could say they hexed you and they didn't even do any work or wasn't accurate, and then they believe it and then they start to manifest it. The mind
Mm-hmm.
is very strong and you can manifest. A lot of stuff is self-inflicted.
Power in words, right there,
That
and
part.
thought.
And so, I couldn't imagine just how much well that is real manipulation and mind control. Like you couldn't feel that you couldn't walk, you couldn't feel your legs, and so that just shows of how stunted her growth was and how the mother really had her. She was in a jail, basically in a jail. So
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm not glad, but hopefully she'll make a better she'll have a better life this time around. Now that she released, she got a husband and shit. She doing better than most of us, okay? Somebody say got no mans, okay? And so, and then, to the mother, that's some fucked up shit. That shit's and I just feel like there's some people who just should not be parents. It's not, I don't want to go down a rabbit hole, but mothers are supposed to be your first protector. And then you're putting all these, they're going to drain her ears. They're putting all these tubing in her ears. She had a feeding tube, all this stuff. Teeth fell out,
for nothing.
And she was robbed, So, you can't go back to the past and change it. Hopefully the voodoo curse is only like a 5-year curse or some shit. And hopefully she can start to really, truly live her life, not having sex in the movie theaters on all this other shit she was doing. Like really live her life. So free Gypsy Rose till it's backwards. She out.
I mean, having sex in a movie theater don't sound that bad.
I mean, well, losing your virginity in the movie theater is like, I want to know how she did. Like he lifted her out of the wheelchair. I forgot. Did they show it in the Hulu thing?
So by that point, she realized that she could walk. I believe.
Yeah, because they had the Hulu thing like a few years ago.
I think he convinced her that she could. I think it was part of it was that he convinced her that he could. Like he was older and it just didn't make sense to him. And you could argue that he was trying to groom and he was eventually trying to manipulate somebody who was ill or whatever. But I think as he was going, he realized that something just wasn't right. And because I think he was really part of why she realized that she could do certain things. And I believe the drugs that she was given, because she was being given these drugs that are supposed to, in not in some cases heal what's going on, but treat what was going on. So like treat the symptoms, but not the cause.
Yeah, manage the condition.
Yeah, it's just more of managing. And so sometimes the adverse effects of that, it doesn't help you. And so it actually, and when you don't have that illness at all, it causes other things. And I think the combination of other things, and she had been in a wheelchair for so long. She had been in a wheelchair since she was little. And so she had really been brainwashed to believe that she couldn't do certain things. And even if she could move a little bit, that doesn't mean she can stand up. And she probably didn't want to try because she didn't want to.
Probably because she hasn't used her legs. If she
was scared. If she was feared, she had fear in her.
Yeah, and if you don't use it, you lose it, right? So her muscles and her legs are probably like really non-existent because she's like wheelchair bound. And so I couldn't imagine.
Her mom probably told her so many horrible things would happen to her if she got up out of that chair.
Exactly. And the mother was just probably so dependent that they said the mother would give her pills when she would go to the dentist that would make her slobber, right? Make her drool and shit to try to help, and so they end up like giving her some medicine or something, and it ended up causing her teeth to decay. Like, so she was prepping her and stuff before they would go to these hospitals, giving her pills so she could feel lethargic and things like that. Like I said, y'all know I want to be a vigilante. I ain't saying the mama deserved it, but karma. This is the year of 8.
I was about to say she definitely dealt herself them cards, boy.
Yeah. So big up to Gypsy Rose and her husband.
And Destiny, the answer would definitely be yes. I would send Hugan to do it.
Right. I'll just strength in numbers, man. Not one person needs to touch that. Strength in numbers.
I would definitely send, Hugan or I think she was from the South too. I can't remember where she was from, but I would definitely send someone with a few initiations under their belt to figure out how to remove that hex, if it even took any root other than, even if it just took root in her mind. I'm sure there's a way to remove it, but somebody who's like far above where we are needs to handle that. Like give that to the Lord. give that to somebody else.
Way above my pay grade.
That's above my abilities. And T. Allen said, I've been in a wheelchair before. It takes years to get your mobility back. So if you've been in it for 10 years as a child, who knows how long that would take.
And I hope that she's getting some mental health treatment as well. I don't know how conducive it is like while you're locked up in jail, but now that she's out, I hope that they have programs and stuff to help her. I don't think she's gonna go and kill anybody again, but we know once you usually for the black people.
She said she regrets it. She said she regrets it every day, but in the moment that's just how she felt.
I would regret too taking somebody's life, but You know, not I want to be a vigilante, so sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do so you can do what you want to do.
That part.
So speaking of young children being taken advantage of by adults, Jeffrey Epstein list. I haven't read it. Again, so much has happened at the beginning of the year, and right when I thought I was going to get caught up, life got twisted, turned upside down. So, who's on the damn list, y'all?
Wait, disclaimer. If you have the list, you need the transcripts because the list was pulled from the transcripts, and I don't know how they did it, but they weren't paying attention because Naomi Campbell is on the list, but in the transcripts, she's only referred to as in timing. Like they asked something and they was like, yeah, it was around the time of Naomi Campbell's birthday. They never said she was there. It's just a timestamp of reference. So, like, when you have the list, you need the transcripts to kind of go back and forth. But I know for one thing, Stephen Hawkins was on the list and he's in the transcripts.
I all that's the only thing I really seen about who was released on the list. Everybody is freaking out that Stephen Hawking is on this list, and then to hear, because I haven't watched the Stephen Hawking movie, so I didn't know what was going on and how he was cheating on his wife
with his nurse.
And he would like look in one direction, and that would let her know that she needed to take off some clothes, and she did it. And I'm like, what is happening? And that just goes to show that a fuck nigga will always be a fuck nigga. It don't matter.
No matter the condition of the fuck nigga.
It don't matter. If they want to cheat, they gonna cheat. If they in a wheelchair and can't do nothing but move their eyes and their little finger and talk through a damn
of the day.
They listen, couldn't even get no cheeks, and he up here cheating, just trying to see a little something, and then married that woman. Apparently, like
not with my germs finger. What?
So you want to hear somebody talking sexy to you in a robot voice? Lord.
Take off your clothes. Let me see those pussy lips. I'll be like, first of all, I'm not even wet anymore. I'm like, let's pack this shit up. Like, my mouth can't get wet to suck you off. You can't even, like, how are they having sex? Like, stroke it.
He was watching.
It's my germs finger. Y'all know
I'm going to come right now. Like, sir, like, there's no way.
Listen.
But then again, I'm so picky. I ain't got no man, so that's probably like, get you a man in a wheelchair, okay? With a robot voice.
Listen, get you a paraplegic that can't talk.
Like he liked midgets. He liked midgets and something about writing the equations high up on the board.
Yes. Okay. So basically, what it was is he liked to watch undressed midgets do mathematical equations on a whiteboard that was actually taller than them. So they would have to reach up to do the equations. I don't even know how that translates to sexual.
First of all, so you got to find a little person who knows algebra or calculus. How did you do that? First of all, how did you do that? Did you teach them first? Craziness.
He probably gave them the equations to write out. Yeah.
And they probably got it all wrong, and he made them stand there, redo it. That
sexual torture.
That man knows what he is doing, and I'm just like,
that was foreplay for him.
The older you get, you realize how perverted a lot of these people are, and it is like, I don't want to say it's real scary, but I think as women, we just have to be aware because bitches be doing this shit too. They are part of it as well, And so, I told you guys, but I have my boss, um, is a very close friend of someone's name who was on there who passed away last year, the governor of New Mexico. And I about hollered. I was like, oh, not his name on the list. Okay. People, he was so high regarded, and people were, going to his funeral, and, people,
Not quantum level BDSM. Shut up.
uh, quantum level BDSM. And so you guys will realize that how nasty these motherfuckers are, how nasty and how perverted they are. No matter how high esteemed they are in society, they have
Everybody got their kinks, yo.
and
Everybody got
kinks
their
are
kinks.
kinks, but not at the expense of like others and young women and
Right. Leave the young folks out of it. Get grown consenting people. Like that's my only thing. I don't care what you do to rock your boat. Just it's grown folks that'll be willing to do what you want to do. But I guess that's part of the power dynamic to get somebody young and vulnerable and the naivete. I'm trying to say it right. But yeah, just that part alone just helps in the power dynamic because sex isn't just about pleasure, it's about power. And then when you deal with sexual assault, it's definitely about power. So I guess it's just having that power over that person that makes it even better. But like shit, get grown folks to do this shit.
I mean, it's grown folks that look really young and are really small, like,
That
but
part.
they're grown, you know?
That part.
I think that kind of goes along with that. There's an age kink where like people want the other person to dress in like diapers and like soil themselves so they can change
Yeah. Yeah.
diaper, and they find it um somehow gratifying to do that. And to me, that's the type of person where it starts with babies. Like every now and then you get people who will do it even with infants. Like how are you attracted to an infant, and how are you attracted to a grown person acting like an infant? Like there's that is a mental illness. There's a difference between a kink and like mental illness, and I feel like sometimes it borders on mental illness. Now,
Yeah, I was about to say it's a very thin line. It's
but me and
like
my
the line between
is between
love
my
and hate. Yeah.
boyfriend, because we grown, you know what I'm saying? But it's never like no nothing like that, you know. Play a little dress up, you know what I'm saying? Something like that, but not like I'm not wearing no damn diaper. I don't want him to wear no.
Facts.
I don't women because
I done
the
wiped
way
all the asses that I'm gonna wipe. I'm not
I
I'm not
just
wiping no grown man ass. Like
when
even when I worked in Kessler and had to deal with people that were quadriplegic and tetraplegic and just couldn't do it themselves, I was utterly disgusted. But it was part of the job. I'm not doing that shit for fun. I'm sorry.
yeah, that's just too much. And
What's up? What's up with the Damn, I lost my train of thought. The truth. Hashtag truth.
oh yeah, make sure y'all putting that in the comments. We're not done yet. We still on hot topics. We just had a few of them. Hashtag truth, y'all. Make sure you putting that in the comments if you haven't already. We got 13 people on here, and only 8 people have done it. So hashtag truth in the comments.
Somebody
truth
missing.
is, truth is, they probably don't want the gift, and that's okay. Okay, we can't
That's
force
fine
people into
too.
their truth.
Hey,
Okay, we're not doing that in 2024. We can't force people into the truth. Okay, what the ESA, the chosen choose themselves.
Yes. Um.
and
So
they
back to
hex
the list.
themselves too if they ain't careful.
Listen. So back to the
Wow.
list. We know that you have to thank you, Omo Jole, for that part about having to, look at the list and the transcript so that we actually understand why the person is
Yeah,
on the list. Because I didn't know that. So thank you for that.
because they said
Uh,
Bill Clinton loved young peen. I mean, not peen. He loved young pussy. He like him young.
I'm so disgusted.
I'm just,
Um.
ugh.
So going back to the list. So in the transcript, did it explain Oprah's part? Because they said that Oprah had been to the island before. Did it explain how Oprah had been to the island? I'm asking this because Oprah is one of the next topics, and so I want to
I,
get this
I
straight.
ain't I ain't got that far into the transcripts. The transcripts is 987 pages. Okay, maybe if Priestess Anansi might have passed that part, but yeah, I listen. I gotta find a way to open the document because the file is so large, like it's sickening, literally, and all pun intended.
I saw that, and I'm not gonna go through this. What we can do is get it, not download it, but like we'll download the PDF version or whatever version and do Control F and search for everybody's name that we want to know and let that shit go through the document because I got my own goddamn transcripts I gotta go through. Like Lord, but that would be, you know what? I think I'll do that. I think I'll do that.
Mm, I just. Mm. I hope that a good portion of the names are like how you said, oh, Jolie, where the person was just mentioned. It was around the time of the person's birthday, and it's not because they were physically like present. But I know that there's going to be like I know that someone said there was Tom Hanks was on there. Um, Sandra said there are several YouTube channels that have been foaming at the mouth to go through this list. I can't wait till those videos drop. I'm sure because it's going to take some time. Um, and only
I can because niggas don't read. They gonna make up some shit based on their own understanding of absolutely nothing, and take that list as the fucking Bible and run with it, and then start calling people shapeshifters and reptilians, and it's the Illuminati and all of the usual buzzwords that ignorant people like to use when they don't do their own work. So I can wait for some of them, but I definitely want to get to that transcript because that got all the tea, honey. Whoever was talking was spilling all of it. Okay, left not one drop in the cup.
Jesus. Um, so speaking of Oprah, what's going on with Oprah and Taraji? Go ahead, Omojole.
I don't know. I'm so out of this one. I'm lost and confused on why Taraji got a gripe with Oprah. So if because I ain't even thought to even try to, you know what I'm saying, investigate it because Oprah always behind some fuck shit on the low in the background anyway. So whatever Taraji said she did, she did.
Okay, so I will. This is what Taraji's saying. Taraji's saying she only got 150,000 to do the movie, and she's saying as an actress of her caliber, she should have gotten paid more. That's what she's saying. Um, she's also saying that other actors that have not done or accomplished as much as her got paid more.
I mean, not to be funny, but Suge Avery got all of what 7 scenes throughout the whole movie.
But I feel like this shit. You give me one motherfucking scene, and if I'm a good actress, and I think Taraji, the things that I've seen her in, she's been really great. Hustle and Flow. I ain't really watch Hustle and Flow. Maybe I need to
You
go.
know it's hard
But
out
I
here
didn't
for
even know
the
she was
kid.
singing. But for what I see, I feel that Taraji's a great actress. I feel that if you don't advocate for yourself, no one will. It don't matter what motherfuckers see you as. If you are a cat, if you are alley cat, but you see yourself as a motherfucking a lion, then that is, so that is how you see yourself. So even though she had only, 7 scenes, I think that sometimes, and I have a friend whose sister is an actress, in Hollywood, black actors and actresses, they don't get their due diligence. And I do, from what I have been told, is that they have to fight harder when you have mediocre white people who act like Beyonce in every movie, right? Because we all know Beyonce can't act. And then you're bringing home 1 million plus for mediocrity, And so I will say this: Taraji did say that she called Oprah to complain. I don't want to say complain, but advocate for herself. And then Oprah got her more money. And then yesterday there was an interview that they had, and the girl who played Miss Sophia, Danielle, whatever, she was saying that they didn't have dressing rooms. They didn't have food on set. They didn't have their own dressing rooms. And Taraji was able to advocate for them. She called Oprah and Oprah fixed it or whatever. Now, As far
I
as
heard they was in rental cars too.
yeah, and then it's so they were saying it's a liability. I'm like this. Look, if I'm being an actress, give me a motherfucking driver.
Right.
Have me some food, and we ain't talking about no little chips and snacks and all the little crack baby food. We not doing that. We talking about healthy, sustainable food that's gonna sustain my body. And then give me some private space so I can get into character. Y'all don't do that with white people, so why y'all
Sure
doing
enough,
that with
don't.
us? You know? And so that's another thing. If you don't advocate for yourself, you know, people will abuse you and say that you liked it, you know what I'm saying? So, and then also too, I don't know what was transpired before that, but there was like video of them doing a photo shoot or interview, and Oprah was clearly by body language, and I'm not a body language expert, but I know when a bitch ain't fucking with me, Oprah was definitely not feeling Taraji in that whole video. She wouldn't even stand next to her. She wouldn't even acknowledge her. And I feel like Oprah, you should know better because you've been in this game a long time. You know, people are going to see that. You know, people read too much shit. They don't know how to read a motherfucking Dr. Seuss book, but they can get on the internet and read bullshit. And so I just think that Oprah, if she had an issue with Taraji, I'm not saying that if she did not, I think that she did not portray herself well as a woman of high esteem and with money. She a billionaire. Fuck what Taraji say. If you and your feelings, take that shit off the screen, you know. So, and I think that's why people started saying there was some beef because from what I was seeing, I was like, Oprah not really fucking with Taraji, and I've been around bitches that don't fuck with me, and they act just like that. Okay,
No,
so
super facts. Super
yeah,
facts.
so that's just my observation. I do hope that Black Hollywood start to advocate for themselves. I think that just my personal experience, I love The Color Purple. That's my sister and I favorite movie. Okay. And I took myself to the movie theater and I watched it by myself and I highly enjoyed it. I'm glad Fantasia and do all that hollering and shit like she always do. But it was good. And even though she was in seven scenes, you know, Sugar Avery came to town and she did what the fuck she was supposed to do.
They said that Oprah said that it took the budget for the movie was 90 to $100 million. So far, the movie has made 51 million. It's done better than most movies on Christmas Day has done, and it's projected to make over 200 million. So 150,000 is chump change compared to all of that shit. And I believe Taraji said someone in that movie made 18 million. So why is she only getting
I was
150,000?
just about to say, like,
Also,
90 million. You
Who made
mean like
18 million? No, who
I don't know, but
trying to see
So
who was that caliber that made 18
and
million?
let's
that
and
part?
let's talk about the caliber of people that was in this. Tamala Mann is in here. You're not finna give Tamala Mann less than $1 million. For what? Tamala Mann is too talented to be making less than $1 million for showing up on screen. Taraji needed more than $1 million. That's period, point blank. Fantasia, that you're gonna get her money. That's more than $1 million. Fatima Robinson did the choreography. So those of you who don't know who Fatima Robinson is, Fatima Robinson has done choreography for Michael Jackson. She's done things for Aaliyah before, like her and Aaliyah were like best friends before Aaliyah passed. She did the Renaissance tour. She did a lot of the choreography for Renaissance. She's done stuff with a lot of top notch people. And so like you can't have this caliber of staff and this caliber of people and then not pay them. I worked with Michael Jackson, bitch. You are going to give me my money because I don't care that you're Oprah because that's Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying? I don't care that you're Oprah because that's Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? And to be working on a movie, the months that takes and all the work that goes into, especially for somebody who isn't just in control of themselves like an actor is. Fatima has to do things for every single last dancer on that. So she blocked a lot of the scenes, and there's a lot of singing in that movie. It's based on a Broadway musical version of Color Purple. It's not based on the original movie. So that's a lot of work for somebody to do. Pay these people their money. Like you didn't ask for small time people, you asked for big time people. So you need to give them their big time money, is how I feel.
I'm disgusted at the fact that these Black actresses and actors are even having to come out and say these things with these vetted actors and actresses knowing good damn well what they went through and how hard and deep in the trenches they were. Like, y'all are supposed to be passing the baton down, not making it hard for the ones coming behind you. Like, what the fuck? And then guarantee when you do these other projects with these non-black, non-melanated people, you're giving them top fucking dollar just cuz. That's so disgusting.
Well,
It's
our elders like to think just because they went through it, that's just the way it is, and you won't build any character, or you will be entitled if we treat you any better than how we was treated. You know how these boomers are. These the same ones that say that we don't work hard enough, we don't have no goals, we don't know how to budget money right. We can't never do nothing right. You know what I'm saying? And as soon as we ask for something, we entitled and disrespectful to the struggle. Like, what the fuck? Like, I thought slavery was over.
Yeah, I don't like that. I got it out the mud. You got to get it out the mud too type of behavior. That's when you are in a position like that, you are supposed to, what do the Delta say? Reaching back to pull forward type of thing. You help those that come behind you. Like, what the fuck I look like as a mother? Be like, well, damn, I went through this. You got to go through this too. Toughen up, baby girl. Like, no, like you should know because you have went through it. So, I think sometimes people get a little bit of coin, a coin, unimaginable coin. I don't know what $1 billion look like. Okay, and then they forget, and so they tend to just, I think that we got to do better as a collective. We tend to gatekeep shit, especially when we get to the top, and pick and choose. So hopefully we do better as a collective. I think that I think that this has opened up doors for conversations because when Monique was saying I think Monique approach to it may have not been the proper way, her delivery. And I'm a person that, I speak the truth, and sometimes my delivery be so fucked up and people get lost in my delivery. But it's nothing different than what Monique was saying, And so I do think that sometimes we don't hold niggas with money accountable because they niggas with money, and and that's how they get this. They feel like they're invincible because Oprah's been wrong. Oprah motherfucking had Monique's abusive brother who sexually abused her on the show. Oprah had Monique's mother on the show when she wasn't having a good relationship with her mother. So Oprah has done a lot of things that I feel like she should have been more intentional about and use a little bit more discernment about. But we go for views, so whatever's going to bring in the views and things like that. So I just feel like Oprah could do better. She can start by at least giving me $1 million, okay? And I think we call it even, okay? In my book, I don't know about y'all's. But.
Well, I personally feel like cancel culture wasn't a thing when Monique was complaining and doing her, you know what I'm saying, saying her piece. Cancel culture wasn't a thing, but now that it is, and now that all these other things are coming up, Oprah was quick to be like, oh, let me just try and fix this.
I don't even think it was so much of cancel culture being a thing, more so people um jumping down Monique's throat like they jumped down Cat Williams' throat and said, "Oh well, she's hard to work with," and "Oh, drugs," and the normal things that they try to do to discredit people when they're talking the truth, because that's exactly what happened. Lee Daniels, Tyler Perry, and Oprah all got together and was like, "Oh, she's just hard to work with. She didn't want to do this, she didn't want to do that, so she just sounds like a disgruntled worker," and people took it at face value. You know what I'm saying? And that's usually how it is. People are quicker to believe a lie than the truth. So it's easier to, and then you got three people jumping up against her, and they're, established people and accomplished people within the industry, and they're quick to believe her. Now realizing that these people are people too, and they don't want their shit put out in the air because they don't want to be called out.
It's a
But
mixture.
hopefully in 2024, people will stop walking on eggshells for these big buck people and speak their truth. And hopefully people will start treating people the way that they want to be treated. And hopefully Oprah has learned from this. Hopefully everyone has learned from this. And hopefully they give us, the Black actors, what they deserve. Now, we ain't talking about these to-be actors and stuff. We talking about like the real actors and actresses. Because we deserve too. So
Yeah,
Give my
it's a
good
lot.
sis her money. Give my good sis her money. Okay.
Give good sis her money. Okay, so we are going to do the giveaway for hashtag truth. And so here we go. Well, this don't count. Hold on, draw again. Wait a
I was
minute.
about to say that sure don't count.
We gotta do it again. Wait a minute. T. Allen. Is that Tori? I feel like that's Tori. I feel like that's Tori.
Yeah, that's Tori. Okay,
Okay.
I got you, Tori.
All right. So next segment, we are going to talk about strange love. So Priestess and Auntie, you had we're gonna do just one of them today because we short on time and we gotta go pick up our childrens and things.
It's
So
Scary Sunday. Sunday scaries. Okay, we going back to the schoolhouse tomorrow.
oh yeah, your daughter's fucked up. She mad. I know she is.
No, she actually texted me last night at 2 o'clock in the morning, asking if I could give her some algebra worksheets, and I was like, "Who is this?" But you know what? I was really praying. I was at my ancestor altar praying last night, and I just wanted her to be more enthused about school. And I was like, "Damn, ancestors, y'all working real fast. 2 o'clock in the morning." I said, "Say no more, sis. I got you today. When you get home, I got some worksheets for you." Okay. Spirit works fast when you work it.
Okay. All right, Priestess and Auntie.
Do we need to put another uh hashtag out there? Another
so okay, yeah. Let me I'm waiting for it to load up. Because I already know what it's gonna be because you told me where you got this from. And so I already know one of the words is gonna be used. Go ahead and read it while I get this queued
all
up
right.
and then I'll say the hashtag. We'll make it a quick one.
Okay, y'all. So um this particular question comes from the Six Brown Chicks, which Priestess Omoshule put me on the other day, put all us on. It's juicy. I have not been able to stay out of that toxic shit. Gotta cleanse myself every time I get off of that page. Okay, so 2024 is a year of reckoning and a year of truth in my house. Ain't it for everybody, right? I married Danielle 15 years ago out of lust. There are 4 boys in this house, 13, 11, 9, and 6. And at the most, only 2 of them are mine. I spend more quality time and money on 2 of the oldest boys because I know they're mine. I don't mistreat the other 2. I'm just not interested in them, and I decided that I wouldn't financially support them either. If these kids aren't mine, they'll be Danielle's responsibility. I demanded paternity tests because of these kids because as these kids grow older, I realize they're not mine. Like looks, mannerisms, their odd childhood illnesses, not mine. When I requested the paternity test last year, Danielle cried and threatened divorce. I bought at-home DNA kits anyway and tested the children. None of them were mine. I thought I did the test wrong, so I took the kids to a center and to get tested. I'm 0 for 4. None of the kids are mine. Danielle says I'm the only father the kids have ever known, and it's my responsibility to care for them. She thinks the kids will suffer emotionally if I walked away. I believe it's time to cut this cheating whore and her little bastards loose. Cheating whore and her little bastards loose and build a solo life that makes me happy. Is this the right thing to do? P.S. I haven't told the kids that I'm not their dad yet. I told Danielle that she has to do it.
Okay, so this is gonna be hashtag paternity, PATERNITY, hashtag paternity. Okay, I already done put it in there. Put hashtag paternity in the comments. Okay, but we're gonna start with that. Bitch, what? None of them.
W
And you know what?
H E
I can't
T.
even be mad at him saying little bastards because imagine like sitting up here raising a whole child for years. First of all, you already got some that you know aren't yours,
15
right?
years he been with her.
You already got step kids. You know what I'm saying? But now you got kids that's supposed to be yours and they ain't that. low down, dirty, raggedy bitch. Like what? This is why I personally feel like DNA testing should be done at birth. Like, I know there's a lot of people that have a problem with it because they're like, oh, you don't want the government in your business, blah, blah, blah. No, because this type of stuff right here is the reason why. And it happens too much. Is it a small percentage? Sure. But any percentage is too many, for real, in my opinion. Because you are not only ruining these kids' lives, you're ruining this man's life and his whole family. And then now there's somebody who has kids who doesn't know they have kids because you up there pretending it was somebody else the whole time for whatever reason. And there's too much going on. There's too much going on for people to not know who their daddy is, their real daddy. You know what I'm saying? And that's too much time putting into a child and investing in a child that, come to find out, isn't yours, and the emotional damage of that. So now you have to battle between, and do I want to continue to be in these kids' life because it's been 15 years, or do I want to be the bad guy and remove myself from the situation? And really, I don't feel like he would be being a bad guy, because is it a hard decision? Yes. And I'm sure he's going to miss those kids. I'm sure he loves those kids, but like, let's be for fucking real. They're not his. And he was lied to and manipulated for almost 2 decades about these kids.
Listen, these hoes ain't loyal. These hoes ain't loyal. And as much as we like to think that women don't cheat, they do. As much as we don't like to think that they be trying to trap niggas with babies, they do. And that's exactly what it was. She saw a good nigga that she ain't want to let go, and she trapped that nigga with babies that don't belong to him. Like, you need to be glad that that nigga ain't unalive your ass. Like, y'all need to stop playing with people like that. You really need to stop playing with people like that, because you don't know what traumas and things that they had and how that's going to affect them and things of that nature. Like, just cut it the fuck out. Like, cut it out. You want to pop that pussy, then you need to learn how to use contraceptives and birth control and all of that shit, or just be single. Like, stop doing that to men, because then you fuck the men up and then they become fuck niggas that go around and spread more fuck shit. Like, when y'all gonna learn to grow the fuck up? When? And you knew that whole time that wasn't them babies' daddy, and you still kept on. You didn't even just stop at the one possible child. You just kept fucking going. Are you kidding me? Where is your mama? Where is your daddy? Like, grow the fuck up. Like, bitches like that get on my nerves. Y'all give women bad names because y'all can't just grow up. Just grow the fuck up. Like, goddamn. And what if that nigga find out he can't produce kids?
Okay, so his question is he wrong for leaving?
Hell no, he ain't wrong for leaving.
No,
Leave that bitch
definitely
dry and destitute.
He's wrong if he stays, honestly, because he ain't gonna do them kids by them
he's
kids
dumb
anyway.
if he stays.
If you stay, you deserve all the fuck shit that you get. You are no longer a victim. You are an active participant in your own demise. How can say it? Your allegiance to losers is unlike you.
I saw that clip. That shit was funny.
Yo, he said that shit, not like about to fall out on the floor.
Nah, I would have sprinted the fuck up out of there. I would have been like a motherfucking runaway slave. Okay, when masters, I would have been out of there. Because also too, there's a lack of accountability on the woman, right? And I feel like this. You know how much? First of all, kids fucking expensive. All right, just I got one, and she rocking me dry. I tell her ancestors, y'all gotta give us a little bit more money, okay? And if you think I'm having more kids, that's not going to happen until I get more money. So just one kid is expensive. So all the time, the effort, the love that he put into these children for a person to, and that's a big ass motherfucking character flaw. Lying, that is a big character flaw. Like, I know a liar. He lies so motherfucking much. If he says it's raining outside, I gotta go outside to make sure. Because he lies like the thing. You understand? And that's a huge character flaw. And you know, he better than me, because I wouldn't have wrote no motherfucker. I would have dipped the fuck out. And honestly, At this point, we playing lowball. I would have told the kids, fuck that shit. Like, cause you ain't about to paint me out as being
Facts.
that person. So I would have told the kids, and I would have, I'm petty. I would have got all the family members on a group text and
Facts.
put that in a group text with the results, and then I would have went about and enjoyed my life. You know how much time he probably lost in his life fucking with that woman and being a parent, and then always in the back of your mind thinking like, are these kids mine or not? You know, I think she need to do better. She should have done better. At this point, it's a free for all. Them your motherfucking kids. Them you all allegiance to them. You explain it, and I would have been out. But that's me. But my ability to disengage is like really unhealthy. So that's just me. I'm no glad, God glad he didn't make me no man, because I would have. Let me tell you, they were like, this nigga ain't shit. Sure ain't. See ya. Okay.
Listen. I would have made sure everybody knew why I was leaving. You ain't gonna be damning me to hell. Nope, you
Group
not.
chat,
You not.
group
You
chat,
not
and
gonna
then
make
I'm
me look like the bad guy. Oh no,
hello.
no, 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 no. I'm gonna tell everybody why I'm leaving before I fucking leave. So I agree with you on that one. Cause what you ain't gonna do is you ain't gonna create fucking lifelong trauma and blood oaths of revenge against me all because you want to be a whore. No, hell no.
And then I'm putting a job on a group text too, so you ain't got to go to work telling people how you a single mother and I left you all high and dry. CEO going on there, subordinates, everybody, even the janitor going on
Everybody's
there.
in
Okay,
the group
Everybody
chat.
gonna know.
everybody,
Everybody's in the
I
group
put that
chat,
shit on a
man.
billboard.
baby.
Let
I'm
me tell
putting this
you,
shit on Facebook and I'm tagging you, your mama, your dead daddy. Everybody is getting
Delta
tagged.
Airlines,
The dog.
The dog. I
the
listen.
aliens. Actually, aliens come and take her. Okay, come and take her, aliens. Yeah, but I think as women we have to do better, and I say we because I'm a woman, but I don't do no fuck shit like that. But I think we have to do better because it's not about us. These are kids, and then you know how many kids are out here just they feel incomplete because they don't even know their father's side. They don't even know who their father
Right.
are.
That's why I
You
said you
know,
ain't gonna create lifelong blood oaths of revenge against me.
and that's and generational curse. And then guess what? These kids might go out and they're looking for affection from men because we see it all the time. And then guess what? We get with these old ass men or disabled men like Stephen Hawkins, and then now you got to be writing motherfucking equations on the board and stuff because you think it's love. Because you ain't have no man figure, or you on a motherfucking private island with a 60-year-old, 62-year-old man, and you 21. Like, what is life? And so, honestly, too, you got to see the bigger picture. So, women, we got to do better. Men, you got to start holding these women accountable. And fuck the bullshit, fuck the foolishness and fuckery. And I know the ancestors are just like so upset. Like, I know his ancestors was like, nigga, you don't hear us telling you these ain't your kids. These are not your descendants. Okay. I know the ancestors was like, somebody help this fool out.
Listen, and I was going to use that to answer Destiny's question because Destiny, his answer, he might not be sterile. His ancestors were just about to say we don't want nobody reincarnating into this fuck shit bloodline because
I
that happens too.
listen. Greenhouse eats, baby. Ooh, I can't wait. Cause you look like you got some good shit. I just looked at the picture and got hungry. Let me stop playing. As Omo Jole eats something. I ain't eating it. I did eat today. I had breakfast. So Greenhouse Eats. Reach out to me. Send me a message. I am Ifa Pomile, Omo Wawari, Ogbonyomio, everything. My name is on the screen. Reach out to me in some type of message, so I can get your address and send you something, some little free gift or whatever.
I
Okay.
want a kale salad. That's what greenhouse. I want a nice kale salad. Ever since last weekend, I've been really like on the kale. Okay. And I just want a nice kale salad. How they had it, but I can't remake that. So I'm gonna try
Listen, I took a picture of the ingredients. So,
for the
all you,
soup.
of the soup and of the kale salad and of the cheesy kale chips, baby. I will send
Let
them
me
to
tell
you.
Wait a
you,
minute. Wait a minute. Did you say cheesy kale chips?
yeah, it
Yes,
was actually good.
it was so
So
good.
it was vegan. There's a vegan restaurant right around the corner from the house we stay in when we're in Atlanta and we're in Douglasville. And that is where
I don't want no vegan cheese. I want natural pasteurized.
it was good though. It was good though.
It
It
was.
wasn't
Mm-mm.
nasty weird stuff. It wasn't it was dried. It was dried. So it was like a it was just like on them. It was really, really good. And it wasn't chips. It was like dried kale itself.
Yeah,
You can
yeah.
you
And
can
then
do it like
they
that's how
had
I
the
do it. Put that joint in the air fryer. Okay, put a little
Mm-hmm.
oil on them, little sea salt, little pepper,
Mm-hmm.
cayenne if you want to make it spicy. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and them joints be good. But I did not like the little. I don't like on a salad whatever that cheese stuff was.
oh that
That
I
was
grain
nutritional
dressing.
yeast.
it
I
was
wasn't
yeast.
It
I
was
don't need.
Mm.
nutritional yeast. Yeah.
I don't need no
Nutritional
more yeast.
yeast is used a lot in vegan cheeses. And that's probably what was on the kale chips with some spices added and stuff. But normally they try to use nutritional. That's what that was.
Well, I shall not yeast eat it. Okay,
Right.
I
It's
tried.
not the same bread making yeast,
What is that?
yeast
What is?
infection stuff. It's just called nutritional yeast, but it has nothing to do with baking bread or anything.
Okay, well, that salad was good, and I'm gonna try to remake it. I want some mushrooms and all the other stuff, and I'm gonna try to remake it without the nutritional yeast. I'm gonna try to meal prep this week, y'all. Oh, T. Allen said it's good. What nutritional yeast? Child, I won't have it. Not in my stuff. I can't even. I'm not even a real. I can't even be a vegan. Okay, I can't because even though I am lactose intolerant, I do like a little cheese, real cheese and stuff, and and I like chicken. You know,
I like chicken. I like a nice steak. I like hamburgers.
me too. Me too.
Hmm.
You know.
I
Oh, and
like
I like some
seafood.
grilled food.
I
You
like
can
fish.
put a little grilled food on there, child. You got me. Okay, put a little grilled chicken on the grill, some fish on the grill. Veg what? I can't even spell vegan.
Mm-mm.
I can't with you, ma'am. Anyway,
Mm-mm.
moving right along. The next session, Priestess Olaia. This is the spiritual blessing, spiritual finding thing. Since our last thing, something we've learned in the last month. What do you want your raffle, your hashtag to be before we get started, so that we can have people do it while we are doing this?
Hashtag enlightenment.
Okay. Hashtag enlightenment. Sorry, my fingers just said girl. Okay. Hashtag enlightenment. There we go. We have got it started. I'm sorry, LIGHTENMENT. Enlightenment. Enlightenment. Sorry, I added an extra T. I be country sometimes. All right. Hashtag enlightenment. All right, Priestess Almost Shule, what is your spiritual lesson or finding that you've gotten to in the last month?
That I am right where the fuck I'm supposed to be. Okay. It's 2024. When the new year come, we start trying to revamp stuff. And well, depending on who you talk to, some people, New Year starts on their solar return on their birthday. But here nor there. And so as I start to prep for 2024, I started getting a little anxious. I got to do this and that. And so, oh, look at the little pussy cat. It's a black cat. Girl, you got a black cat? I want a black cat, but I don't want to deal with all the cat stuff. Anyway, and so as I am entering 2024 and the wonderful things that Olodumare and the spiritual team have planned for me this year, I'm learning that I am right where I need to be. It is not a race, it's a journey. And if it's supposed to happen, Spirit will make sure that it will happen. And that is my motto for 2024. I'm right where I need to be.
All right, that's a good one. Lord. Let's see, how do I want to say this? Along with you're right where you're supposed to be, make peace with where you are. Make peace with your situation. Make peace with the people around you. When bad things happen, there's no point in dwelling or harboring or anything else, because it's not for your greatest good. And especially what I've learned in the past few days is, if you haven't made peace with the situation, it'll drag you down. But once you have, you can continue to move on, because when bad things happen, condolences, sympathy, thoughts, and prayers don't pay bills. Okay. And so if someone dies, if someone is ill, we live in a society, unfortunately, where we can't always sit and take time. You can take a little bit of time. You can take a moment. You can take moments here and there, but most of us still got to be grown and pay bills. You know what I'm saying? We still have to do stuff, and life does have to go on. So even though it's a crappy lesson, it's still a lesson that life has to go on. You have to keep moving. You have to keep moving forward, and you can't keep looking backwards trying to move forward, because it doesn't work that way. But be at peace with people. Be at peace with situations. See it for what it is and keep going. Don't try to fix things that ain't got nothing to do with you. Don't try to fix people that ain't got nothing to do with you. You know, you lose a job, be like, that sucks. Let me go figure this out, and go figure it out and be about your business. Stand on business. Stand on your own business. Be about yourself. Take care of yourself. Regardless of what's going on, don't wait for other people to do shit for you, because they're not. And it's not because they don't want to. It's just because they got their own shit to deal with. Everybody got their own shit. And you have to realize that, and just keep going and do what you know you're supposed to do, and be about yourself and your integrity. And that was a whole lot of points that I just made, but there we go.
Amen. I share you, Bubba.
Asheto. So for me, it's been a few little nice lessons I've just accepted, literally. I think one big one for me right now is just, when you're obedient, you're in alignment. And that's just what it is for me. Being obedient has like really brought all of my alignment into my vision and my things, you know. So letting go of the dead weight it's not so hard. It's quite easy, you know. Yeah, being obedient.
Get somebody else to do it and stand on business. That's been this from last month to this month. That's the two things that I have been told. Get somebody else to do it. Cause I'm good for wanting to do everything. You don't know how to do it. You take it too long. All this other stuff. I'll do it. Don't work. Nope, nope, nope. This year's get somebody else to do it. And the other one is stand on business. I said what I said when I said it, because I said it. The end.
Amen. I share you, Bubba.
Love you too. Is it on me? Okay, so most of us had a profound weekend. Last weekend, was it last weekend? And one of the things that stood out to me was that everything is an illusion. Um, and one of a prime example is, right now is light outside. But the reality is it's dark, right? If we go high enough, it's dark. The reality is the sun is at an angle right now where it happens to illuminate everything, but literally 24/7 all the time it is actually dark. The sun just puts a little light on a certain area of the earth where we are, and we happen to see everything in a lighted way. So that kind of stood out to me, and I've been kind of just letting that sit in the background of everything I do, that everything is an illusion. And I was watching a video, and it was a video of a Black guy who basically comes on there to give motivating messages to Black women and saying, I see you, and blah, blah, blah. And one of the things that he said was, that notice how the rear view mirror in your car is small. And so when when you're looking through that mirror, what you see is the view that you see is small because that's the past. It's already happened. The front windshield, however, is huge, right? And so you're looking around you, and basically what he's saying is what matters is now, not in the past. What matters is now, and not so much as the future, because unless you master now, there will be no future. So really, I would just say, focus on now. Focus on what you're not seeing. If you can't wrap your mind around something, it's going to blow past you. So focus on expanding your mind, being more open, and seeing what you wouldn't normally see. Just stop and pause and look around a bit. Um, when somebody comes to you or when things are happening, I said this year, the first thing I'm gonna do is say no, and then I'll think about it, and maybe it'll be yes. But the first thing is no, because I need to take care of myself right now. I need to see what's going on right now. I want to make sure that what you come into me and bring it to me is not an illusion. So just pause, breathe, see what you need to see that you may not be seeing, expand your mind, and that's my truth, my lesson for today.
Amen. I share you, Baba.
Amen. I share you, bubble. Everybody, y'all got about 10 more seconds. Put hashtag enlightenment in the comments, because there's 10 people watching and only 3 people did it. So I'm gonna give y'all a second, but hit hashtag enlightenment. And I know there's like a 15-second delay. So hopefully y'all see this and y'all do it. Okay, there's one. Okay.
I just want to shout out to Priestess Omoshule and this tea. Hunty. It is so divine.
Wait, which one do you have?
I got 3 of them. The one I'm drinking right now is the Black Magic Woman.
Ooh. So it's this place, I don't know if I should plug it. It's called Calabash Tea, but it's Black owned. Okay. So my friend put me onto it, and she has like root chakra tea, heart chakra tea, a tea that's called Oshun Kiss, a green tea that's called Harriet's Gun. Okay. It's a green tea. I love Harriet Tubman. And so I'm trying to get away from coffee. So I'm trying to do more tea. But you can look them up, Calabash Tea.
All right. Sonder, aka Priest Oshun Bole Ifa.
Yay!
I can't believe I forgot your Ifa name, Priest.
Ifa Funke.
Ifa Funke. I don't even know how I forgot that, y'all. Charge to mind, not my heart. Okay. So Priest Ifa Funke, you have won something from Priestess Olaia. Priestess Omojole, what would you like your little hashtag to be? Is she still there?
Aliens.
Yelling at them babies. You want us to be aliens? Okay. Or was that you, Priestess Omojole?
That was me. That was me.
Priestess Omojole, what you want your hashtag to be?
On they necks.
On day next. Okay.
On day next. Because that's how 2024 is coming.
Listen, okay.
Put on neck and not letting up.
Day next. Y'all see how I'm typing this, right? On day next. I'm about to put it up here.
Listen. That's how 2024 been coming. We are 7 days into 2024 and more stuff than happened in 7 days. I don't even know what the bingo card gonna look like for January yet. Because we just 1 week into January, okay?
Hashtags on their necks. Okay,
Did you
y'all.
see old boy that jumped on the judge?
Yeah. Listen.
Let me tell you something. Homeboy must have been playing some very good high school basketball, or he on the track team or something. Because I ain't never seen nobody jump that high in my life. He flew over the judge's bench and baby,
That
listen.
rage. That's that rage. When you have rage in you, you be doing shit you ain't never thought that you could. You could probably
I
pick up
bet you
a
she gonna
whale,
come out
okay?
from now on. Won't be
But
talking to nobody else crazy.
I think he got like 6 additional charges or something.
Listen,
6 or
and
7
for him, it was
additional
worth
charges.
every one of them.
Listen. Okay. So the next segment, child. What even is the next segment? Is this our current event that we're gonna talk about? Oh, money tips. Okay. So Priestess Overdole, what good money herbs we telling the people about
No,
this
I
time?
told you, I'm directing them to Ia's New Year's rituals this month because we're in the beginning of the month. That's what y'all need to do. Y'all need to get Ia's New Year's rituals going because she has some very good and very basic tips using things that you already have in your refrigerator or in your cabinet. It ain't even all of that long and drawn out, and it damn sure ain't that blowing cinnamon in the door. Don't get me wrong. I ain't got no problems with that, but because I do it because my ancestors said I could do it. But yeah, they're really good, simple things that can be done. I love the boil, the prosperity boil. That thing smells so baby, make you want to bite the air.
Mm. Send me the
But
link
no,
so I can put it in the comments,
I don't have the link,
madam. Is it on?
ma'am.
Is it on Orisha Hoodoo?
Um,
Where was it? Because I don't even know what you're talking about.
the
It's
link
in
that
a
we
it's in
send
a
every
text
year for the
thread.
New Year's
It's
ritual.
if you look in the text thread, it's in the text thread.
Yeah, yeah.
And the OHI, because Ia dropped it. But that was like before the new year.
Yeah, that was before the New Year.
Yeah.
But
Ciao.
And there's like 50,000 messages in between there, so you might.
right. I go through it after we get off and drop the link in the comments on everybody's YouTube channel under this video, so that way y'all can have it. I'll take the time to do that because I suggested it. But no, but it's a very good suggestion. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a sachet in there that you can place with your undergarments. It's a boil. It's the prosperity onion and all of the other good stuff. Like, it's really good tips, and it's more than one, so you can divine and see which one works for you. If you are allowed to do all three, then do all three. But they're very good. I did them. I didn't do them this past New Year's. Not this one, but the one before that. Did I? I did do it, and all types of stuff just happened. That's how I got here. Yay!
And we love that.
We love that
And we
because
love
sis
that.
needed to get out of where she was at, and then hey,
Did any of you do Priestess Omisika's bath for Fat Getty?
I did.
How do you how did it go? How do you feel?
Yo, I don't know. All right, I'm gonna be real. I feel like it opened me up because I was sensitive as hell afterwards. I was just like, I don't know. I was like praying to the ancestors and stuff, and I was just like crying. I was like, why the fuck am I even like crying? But my body smelled good. It was great. It was a great experience because I've never done a bath like that. I enjoyed it, so I'm ready for the money to flow in. Okay, I want so much money that I was like, Lord, Jesus Devontae Christ, let me just go ahead and bless others and the community and my family. Like, people call me, be like, can I get $50? How about me? Let me give you $150 because I just got like that. Okay. So that's what I did it. I did it. And we had to count out all those little sea salts as well. And I counted out. And it was very intentional, but it was worth it. So yeah. And tedious. I can say it was tedious making the bath.
Okay.
it's
Well,
called spiritual work, not spiritual easy.
Right.
And then, Yemi, you said that your ancestors said no to the cinnamon. You also should be careful with cinnamon because cinnamon also brings in spirits. Okay, so your
Yeah. The
ancestors are probably
spiritual.
like, we don't need no motherfucking spirits up in here, so stop blowing smoke. So just be, careful with that and make sure you're divining. So if they say no, say no. Find another method to bring in money into your home. You should probably know by now.
Mm-hmm.
Different
What
methods.
tell me no to that cinnamon. You could, instead of blowing it, you can do that prosperity potpourri that I suggested in the group chat a long time ago. It still has cinnamon in it, cinnamon sticks, but you're actually like doing something to change the energy within the house, and maybe that's something that your ancestors would prefer instead. So if you make a potpourri using cinnamon and mint or whatever, rosemary, lemon, something, I don't know, just figure it out. Um,
Limes, marjoram.
yeah, something
You
like
know
that.
my favorite vervain,
Fenugreek.
I
the
love
good
vervain
pineapple.
and
Yeah.
fenugreek. Fenugreek works fast. Don't play with fenugreek. Don't even play with it. Fenugreek will have some shit shaking real quick.
And for you bald headed bitches out here too, it helps with hair growth.
It and does. And
Hmm.
does.
Also, it helps with producing breast milk too. So if you're breastfeeding, drink some fenugreek tea, and that'll help you produce more milk.
Oh,
But
speaking
you
of breastfeeding,
but wait. But you gonna be gassy and you gonna pass that gas to your baby.
oh, so never mind. Oh, so your baby gonna have
Okay,
all type
don't do
of
too much then. But it helped me. I got tiggle bitties, and I could only produce an ounce, and I went from an ounce to a cup, and that was big for me.
Yeah, no. It's definitely going, but it might make you gassy.
Okay, that's good to know. Because you don't want no baby with no gas. That's the worst.
Baby.
Ooh,
And yeah, because I
child,
did
that
it when I was
crying.
breastfeeding Jamila. And not only did I get gassy, she got gassy. And it was like damn near like colic. And I didn't know what the
Mhm.
hell was going on until I talked to one of my doula friends. And she was like, yeah, you might need to cut down on that. And onions too.
Yeah. Did y'all see this thing? This is a while ago. It was last year. This lady talking about her husband suck her breast milk. Who was I talking to about it in the weekend? Maybe it was Destiny, but this man sucks his wife's breast milk. It was like My Strange Addiction or something. It was a show, and I was like, "What kind of weird ass fucking fetish is this?" And it's black people too, black people, and they was on the shade room trying to justify it. Like, anyway, stop
Well,
drinking.
it's bodybuilders that drink breast milk.
Yeah, but they ain't sucking on no titty.
Right. He getting it straight from the source.
Well, I'll tell you this. I have used my grandmother used to squirt breast milk in our eyes to if we complained of something in our eye, and I used to take my breast milk and drop it in my son's ears when they had ear infections, and that helped with so much. So it's
Yeah,
beneficial, but that fetish shit, no, you could use that better.
I
breast
was
milk is
making
really good for a lot of stuff.
yeah, and if you wanna make your baby's own, you wanna do your own food for your baby, add breast milk. I used to do that to my daughter, and then one time, I added some little breast milk up in there, and I had my daughter's father taste it. He was like, "Oh, it's real good," and I was like, "It's breast milk," and then he was like, started throwing up. Nigga, swallow that throw up. It was good. You said it was good. Okay, this is the most nutrition
How
you
you
gonna
gonna
have.
have a problem with swallowing breast milk when you did?
But
You
you eating
swallow cow
juice,
milk. What do
you
they
but
think cow milk is? What do they
Wait,
and
think
you
but you
goat milk
can't swallow
is?
nothing from a woman, but the man expect you to
Oh,
no.
that's a whole different texture then.
I feel like if you drinking my
Congratulations, yummy,
juices, you can drink
yummy.
my breast milk.
Yay, oh me, yummy. Well, you
Only
already know how to reach me, girl. So, you know.
breast milk is medicine, especially if your diet is up to par. But now, if you eating them Takis and bullshit, then your breast milk is just gonna be bullshit. Okay, so if you're out here breastfeeding, please make sure that you're keeping your body together.
Lots of greens, lots of water, you know. Take them prenatal vitamins because the folic acid is good for reproduction.
All right,
Not
Priestess.
reproduction, production.
Priestess Anansi. Before we get into this last topic, what do you want your hashtag to be? We're going to talk about these 200 bodies in Mississippi real quick.
Baby.
What you want your hashtag to be?
Mississippi is crazy.
Mississippi burning.
Mississippi, goddamn. That's actually a really good song. If y'all like Nina Simone, she has a song called Mississippi,
Ooh,
goddamn.
I love that
And
song.
she
Oh
be
my
reading these
God.
motherfuckers. She was like, Alabama, y'all ain't shit. Tennessee, you ain't shit either. Mississippi, fuck you hoes. I love
Let's
the
do
I love the
hashtag
high
Nina
priestess.
Simone
Okay,
because
I
that's
love
on
me the high
point.
priestess of soul. Okay, Nina Simone.
Yes, yes.
She was, and what they try to label her crazy, but she was bipolar, I believe.
But
Okay.
listen, the most aware people, the ones who really see, are not and are not looking at nothing but illusions. The ones who really see, they go crazy because this
Mhm.
shit is unbearable. It's you. It takes a certain type of damn vibration to be able to really cope and not be bothered with the shit, with the real shit that's going on. A lot of this shit is a facade. Like
Mhm.
You
like
gotta touch a lot of grass, boy.
man,
Let me tell you, okay. That's why I'm about to go on vacation every month. I don't know how I'm about to do it, but y'all gonna be like, damn, Priestess, she's somewhere. She's somewhere. Let me tell you, if
Listen,
I gotta go down to Florida, okay, but I gotta make sure I keep it back, make sure I get back, because Florida is just in the line with Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, Georgia, all them southern states, okay?
you know why I'm looking at you
Why?
when you said
Oh,
Florida.
you know, you know,
Now,
Mm-hmm.
there's some things.
Mm-hmm.
that's some tea for another day. So anyway, hashtag Nina Simone for this segment. Okay.
That ain't tea, that's milkshake.
Ah, my milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, and their
And
life
their life
is better
is
like
better than
yours.
yours. Damn right. It's better than yours. I can teach you, but I have to
And y'all
charge.
going in 2024, y'all gonna have to pay me too. Please don't be in my inbox asking. I want a spiritual reading, but I only got $2.
the
Take two
answer is
dollars
no
and
first.
get you a tea light candle and do a prayer. Okay.
That
In
part.
2024, we are no longer lowballing ourselves.
Nope.
Okay. So I could teach you, but I'm gonna have to charge. Okay.
Get somebody else to do it.
Okay. No free lessons, no free spiritual work in 2024.
My
No
James
free
Brown
reading.
laugh. Ha!
Okay.
Amen. Ashe. Ayibabo. Because we're not doing that. So let's talk about this last topic. Hashtag Nina Simone. Even though this ain't about Nina Simone, but Mississippi burning. Um,
Mississippi, goddamn.
Mississippi, goddamn. So there was a team of people who were investigating why there was A, either no water, or B, the water was contaminated. And while they're out in this field investigating this, they come across unmarked graves of over 200 people behind a Mississippi jail.
And that's why the water is contaminated.
And that's why the water is contaminated. So, upon further investigation, they find out that one of these bodies belongs to somebody who was reported missing. One is black. There's another one who is white. This is a multi-racial graveyard. It's a pauper's cemetery, basically. And there are white people, there are Hispanic people, there are black people, and there are Native American people buried behind this jail. Most of them, the ones that they knew about, all their families thought they were missing. They had no idea that they had even passed. Supposedly, they had tried to notify the families. They said they couldn't get a hold of them, and then they never continued to pursue, is the story. However, it ain't that hard to go knock on somebody's door, because in several of these cases, they knew exactly who the person was. They had their ID, they had their belongings, they knew who the person was. All they had to do was go to the house. I love how Omo Jole is like randomly yelling at kids all the time throughout the broadcast. Um, and so the families aren't even asking for anything really. They just they don't want to have to pay the fee, because apparently they are charging the families a fee in order to get the bodies exhumed so that they could have a proper burial.
The
And
devil is a whole lie. And the
Yeah.
truth ain't in them.
And so really, from what I saw, the clip that I saw, the people really just want the bodies so that they can take care of their people, because these people haven't been buried. In some cases, what they did is they put the bodies in a body bag. They put them in a body bag and buried them in a shallow grave. While they were doing their little investigation, they see all these vultures and birds just like circling. And the reason is because they could smell the bodies, because they're very shallow graves. They didn't even dig them all the way down. Like I said, the only thing that was in there was a body bag. And some of them, like they would say, oh, okay, so hole number 216, that has X, Y, and Z body in it. So there was multiple bodies in the same hole. And so now people are calling for, Ben Crump, I believe is his name, the civil rights attorney. Ben Crump is calling for a full-blown investigation as to who these people are, why they're even in this hole, how they ended up dying, and why no one was notified, when in a lot of these cases they know exactly who's in there. Go ahead, y'all.
And then these people were reported missing too. That woman was looking for her son for a while. Like y'all, the whole
They
police.
said some of these people have been in that hole for over a year.
That's crazy as hell. You know that these people are missing. What else are you hiding? Like just cancel the whole police department, the
Wait,
whole county.
wait. Are these inmates?
That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, okay, they're buried
No,
behind
I
the
was
these aren't
thinking
even
jail.
because they
inmates.
were buried behind the jail that they were inmates, but these are
They're
just
not.
random people?
But who's
Yeah,
burying them there? And how do they not know that?
these are not inmates of the prison.
It could be a combination of it. It could be a combination
Yeah.
of
So
inmates
far, the people
and
that they know about,
random people.
none of them were inmates, but they were all reported missing. But none of them were inmates. The
Wow.
ones that they
So
know about.
someone in the jail is doing it.
No,
Or
I don't think it's somebody in the jail, because the jail wouldn't have access to the body. These aren't inmates. These are people who went missing, but
How
had
close? How
Might be the
close
encounters
is the
with
police
jail to
police,
the
and
department.
the
back? How
police
close is it?
buried them.
Is it like you go out the back door and it's down in the yard back there, or is it just is the jail
It's
being used
not
as a
on the
reference
jail.
point?
So it's part of the farmyard, like the farming land of the jail.
Okay, so we got a serial killer somewhere.
Wait. So they send the inmates out there to farm on the land, and the people is out there. And so when was the last time somebody farmed that land?
So when you see the video, there's a section of land that hasn't been farmed on, and that's where they were burying the bodies, and it was intentional.
Yeah, no, that shit don't sound right. That
These
shit don't
people
sound
are
right.
in body bags. These aren't just skeletons. They're not just bodies. They are in body bags.
We need to source the body bags. Like who manufactured them? Who buys those? Where are they from?
You
So
know
the
who
police
buying? The
department.
county, the
Yeah.
government.
So what's
that's what I'm
happening is,
saying. But they're involved. Somebody
it's
is
not the
involved.
jail. I don't think the jail has anything to do
No, but
with
somebody who
But
works
the
there
police do.
the
access to
police.
that
Absolutely do.
property.
No, the jail.
Cancel the
I
whole
don't think the
county.
jail has the warden. I don't think they have anything really to do with it
Or the hospital.
necessarily. It's
Somebody that
more
got
so the
access to
coroner.
body bags.
The coroner wasn't responding to any, any inquiries or anything like that. So I think what it is that because the jail is probably very close to the police department, it's probably very much the same land or very close. And so I think what they're doing is people die and they're not telling people because they don't want an investigation into how they died, because the people that they know about had run-ins with the police. And so something happened with those run-ins with the police and the people died for whatever reason. And instead of going through the proper protocols, they didn't want to deal with the heat of it. So it looks like the police department and police officers were having altercations with people. People would die for whatever reason, and they weren't contacting the family. People wouldn't even know the people had altercations with the police. That's the other thing. So like the one guy, apparently it says he was hit by a police officer. It doesn't say how he was hit. Like, was he hit in the car? Like, what was he hit? It just said he was hit by a police officer. but his family reported him missing because they didn't have anything to do. They didn't know, but there's a police report, I guess, where it shows where he was hit by a police officer, and they're looking into what happened to that police officer. Like, where is this guy just still on the force? But he killed somebody. There's no repercussions for it. They went and buried this man's body, didn't notify the family that he had been found or that he was even dead, and just buried him in a shallow grave.
Y'all, please know this is happening all over. Like,
In
imagine
quote
how many.
unquote post-racial America.
I'm serious. Like this is just one incident that was happened to be found, but this shit happening. I'm sure it happening. Investigate the whole damn. I mean, look, this is crazy. Like all the missing people that we have, this is possible everywhere. This is really sad. Like I said, this is the we coming in the truth age now. Everything about to be exposed. Everything.
Stay ready so you ain't got to get ready.
That part.
I really hope that people are like really doing, I ain't trying to turn this into a class and shit, but I really hope that people are like doing protection work, and covering themselves and their loved ones in prayer, because shit, you can go right the fuck outside and a police officer could hit you and shit while you cross the street, throw your body in the motherfucking trunk and put you behind the jailhouse, and nobody has seen
And
you.
nobody will know nothing.
Nobody would know any of that, and it's just things that we think that people wouldn't. Well, I don't put nothing past anyone.
Listen, there's something that we say in the military, and it's stay alert, stay alive. If you
Hello.
keep your eyes
Okay.
open, you
That
may
part.
save yourself. Like so, stay alert, stay alive, because this is ridiculous. Just like
Mhm.
this shit is going on, it's a million other things as possibilities that's going on.
Yeah, like that little boy in fucking Georgia that was rolled up in the mat. Like, has anybody ever solved that? That's still an unsolved case. Like
No,
his
that's
body
still an
was
ongoing case.
in
And
a
it got worse. It got worse because all his internal, he was stuffed with newspaper.
no, exactly.
They
So
took all his internal organs and stuffed him with newspaper afterwards. So they lied and said that he done rolled himself up in the mat. Like, who dead rolls themselves up in the mat, first of all? And then all his internal organs went missing when they needed to exhume him to get an autopsy for something, because they didn't have him cremated, they had him buried. So when they went to exhume his body to do more, investigation, they found out that all his internal organs had been stolen and he was stuffed with newspaper.
Y'all, they do that organ stealing. They do that with the inmates in prison too. Like it's families that don't find out that their loved one is dead until months or a year after. And when they do find out and get the body is missing all kinds of organs and tissues. Like this shit is horrible.
they say you shouldn't be an organ. I don't know who they, but I've heard black people say that you should not volunteer to be an organ donor, and it should be on your card, because that if you get in an accident or something, they'll let you die and take your organs and all this other stuff. But yeah, y'all really gotta stay alert, because even though it sounds far fetched, niggas stealing organs and stuff, it's very much true. It's very much true. They sex trafficking the babies. They taking organs. They're doing all that type of stuff. Kendrick Johnson, yes, Kendrick. I was about to say Kendrick Lamar, but I was like, I know it's Kendrick something. Yes, Kendrick Johnson. Hopefully, he find peace and his family will find peace.
And something about going back to organ donation. So my ex-husband died Thursday morning, and I'm in the hospital room with his mom. It's me, her, and his body. And we're waiting on his uncle and some other stuff. And do you know that at some point while we were still there, they called her asking her if she wanted to donate his tissues and all the other things. And it was like almost right after. Like there was like it was less than an hour after we had found out officially that he had passed away. And because he didn't have it on his license, and I made sure he took it off his license because I heard about that. So I had him take it off his license a few years ago, and I took it off mine. And it's just Like, yes, sometimes you want to be able to help people. You know what I'm saying? In a time that they need, but there's a way to go about asking, and they really just don't be giving a fuck. Sometimes they just be like, "So sorry for your loss. Would you like to donate his organs?" And like, there's like really, that should be a questionnaire on something instead of somebody calling you and asking. Like, that should be when you have to fill out the paperwork to release the body and stuff. That could be a question on there, but I feel like that's not a question that you should be calling somebody's phone to ask them about when their son is laying with a sheet over their face. Like, let's timing. Timing is everything.
What she said they got a greenhouse, said they got to get them fresh. Okay. Get them fresh, put them on the ice. But yeah, there should be a proper protocol to do that because you coming to me, I'm going to say, get the fuck out of my face. Like, do it look like I'm thinking about some organs right now? Or a donation? You want to donate to this? Hopefully, I won't have no GoFundMe, but you want to donate to this GoFundMe? How about that? A donation for a donation.
For real.
Make sure y'all have insurance, y'all. 2024. Make sure you have life insurance because
Yes.
I don't want to see no GoFundMe's. The only GoFundMe I'm gonna give you is a GoFundMe prayer, okay,
Yeah.
for your homegoing.
Make sure that there is life insurance, and make sure it's done properly. So like, the benefit, my kids are the beneficiaries for his life insurance policy, so that's good. Um, but like, make sure that you have um insurance. It's like $20 a month in most cases, depending upon what you got. I have really good insurance, so mine's a little bit higher, but it's less than $100 a month. Just get it. It's definitely worth it because you never know what's gonna happen. He had some health issues, but we still didn't anticipate what happened, and so um, make sure y'all get life insurance on yourself and policies if you have children. That way, it takes care of all of it. So I have insurance on myself, and I have a policy for my son and a policy for my daughter, so that they get all of that. Um, and it's a lot of money. So make sure that y'all do that. Uh,
Y'all could just dig a ditch and throw my ass down there and set it on fire, okay? That'd be the cremation. Okay.
mm. Yeah. Listen, and do crem if you can. If you can, and it's not against your religious beliefs, just go on ahead and do cremation, because they just found um another cemetery in my city. First of all, they built a whole restaurant complex on top of a graveyard. And so at one point there was a storm and the bodies started
Priestess,
floating.
can you let Omojoy in?
Yeah, the bodies started floating because there was a bunch of unmarked graves. And so in 100 years, you don't know where this plot what's going to happen with this graveyard. You don't know what's going to happen with it. And so if it's not against your religious beliefs, please just do cremation, and don't be putting people in the ground, because it's not beneficial to put these people in caskets and have them in the ground. It's not good for the environment, because we used to just bury the people and then let them decompose and they become part of the earth, and now we're putting wood in there, and that's not doing anything good. And then this is land that's sectioned off instead of growing trees or
It's
building farmland.
chemically treated wood with glosses and all types of stuff on it.
And then the embalming fluid.
Yeah, it's just, there's no benefit to burying people anymore. Maybe, 300 years ago when there was half as many people on the planet, yes, but
Listen, turn me into a tree and put me in the
we got 8
backyard.
billion people, and there's better ways, I feel like, to memorize people. So again, if it's not against your religious belief, just go on ahead and cremate. It'll be so easier, so much easier.
Listen, turn me into a tree and put me in the backyard.
And it's cheaper, okay? It's $800 for a cremation, at least where we're going. It's $800. And it was the same when I had my dad. We're taking him to the same place that my dad was. And it's $800 to cremate somebody. A casket by itself is like $1,500, $2,000.
And
It's more than that.
I'm literally claustrophobic. Like I know I ain't gonna be conscious or can't breathe, but still, the thought of my body being trapped in a dark hole, it just terrifies me. Like free me, man. Like free my flesh.
And I don't want y'all niggas looking down at me in my casket anyway. Okay, we not even gonna have.
I don't
We gonna
even
have
like to
a
be stared
party.
at now.
Hello, and they'll be looking down. Oh, she look good. I ain't never seen a person in a casket that look good.
Well,
Okay,
she did look
no,
peaceful. Man,
no.
fuck you.
She look
No.
like a peaceful clay mannequin laying up in there. Okay, makeup is bad. Okay, the only thing look nice is the clothes. Okay, I've never seen nobody say, "Oh, she look real good. She look casket sharp." What is casket sharp?
They that was a nice wig they had on her head.
You know, that's what old black people do. They be like, "Oh, well, the funeral was good. You know, she looked good laying up in it." I ain't never seen nobody look good laying up in the casket.
They also have, I don't know if y'all saw this. I saw this a few years ago, and I am considering it. Is there's a place I believe in like California or Oregon, I can't remember which state is, but it's a West Coast type state where they have decomposition things, and so you are made into compost. And so then they keep track of it. You could put, little decorative stuff in there, and the family can come visit pretty much anytime they want. They can still come visit. And it takes, I think, about 60 days for they have it do it naturally. They put a lot of natural materials in there. They make a special garment to put on the body so that the body's not naked, but so something that will decompose and break down. And then once it's decomposed, properly, they will remove, jewelry, bones, things like that, things that don't actually like decompose regularly. They remove all that stuff and they put it into bags, and then they send it to the family. And then you can use those bags to grow trees. You can use it as, a lot of people use it as soil in their gardens, all types of stuff. There are much better ways now in 2024 to take care of people when they pass that are much more meaningful than putting them in a pretty box and putting it under the ground and spending thousands upon thousands of dollars to do it.
8,
Which
10,
most of
12,
it goes to the
$15,000.
funeral home anyways. Like they be taking money for real. Be like, you think you ordered a $2,000 casket and that shit cost $500.
Facts.
I forgot where it was, and I want to say Baltimore. I don't know because I just feel like Baltimore would just be a lot of shit. But I remember there was a funeral home owner that would had like the bodies piled up, like he never cremated the bodies or anything, like, and it became too much. He couldn't hide the bodies and shit. Like, and so there was just a whole bunch of bodies. And so the family's like, well, what the fuck is this in this urn? I thought it was my loved one. But then my loved one is like in the freezer or whatever, decomposing and stuff. So
yeah, there's a few funeral homes who've got in trouble, or who they didn't have the permits to embalm, all types of things that happen with some of these places. And so
y'all better call Phaedra Parks. Ain't Phaedra Parks on a funeral home? But y'all knowing how shady Phaedra Parks is, it probably won't even be your body. Okay.
Listen,
No disrespect, Phaedra. You just got a bad track record of lying.
real bad. Real bad. All right, y'all, put hashtag Nina Simone because there's only 4 of y'all. Hashtag Nina Simone. Take care of your stuff. Even if you're young and you ain't even sick, just go ahead and take care of it. Get you some life
And if
insurance.
you have babies, do it right now. It'll be so cheap. Do it right now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's much cheaper if you get kids when they're under, I think under 10. And as they get older, it gets a little bit more expensive. But definitely if they're under 10, just go on ahead and take care of that. Okay, yeah. Greenhouse Eats said that place is in Colorado. Yeah.
200 bodies. See, you know what I'm saying? I know so many unrest souls. They just looking at them, their bodies just decomposing and shit. I'll be so mad. I asked
Phaedra an attorney?
No,
yeah, she's an attorney.
Phaedra is one of the Real Housewives of Atlanta.
But
she's
what
an
is she an
attorney.
attorney?
Yeah.
Oh, she is an attorney?
I
Uh-huh.
think she's an attorney with her
Yeah,
lying ass. They all lie.
Yeah, they are liars. Yeah. And child, this ain't a Real Housewives of Atlanta, but child, she was up here lying, talking about people trying to rape other people and shit. That's real. That's a real big. I tell you something about these liars.
All right, y'all. We got 5, so we're gonna see. Hopefully, it's a new person. There's some new people.
Hopefully it's not Priestess Ola here.
No, yeah, because she keeps putting it in the comments and it keeps bringing her up. All right, T, she already got one. We gotta do another one. We gotta do another one. I think is that so. Destiny and I am who I am. Those are the only 2 that don't have one. No, we already got her. See, we got all these people watching and they didn't want to put the damn entries in. Y'all must not like free stuff. There we go. I am who I am. I know the screen is late and y'all can't see it, but I am.
Okay, Oya Banji. Oh no, it's not. Oh, it's sorry, Oya Banji. Sorry.
No.
Okay, so I am who I am. Try to send me a DM. I'm on Facebook as Nikki Rouser Phillips. Send me a DM so we can get you this free stuff.
All right, y'all. We talked about a lot, but we did it in a short amount of time as last time. So we getting better. We getting a little better. We didn't do the health segment this time, but we really couldn't think of anything. But we kind of included that with the health insurance and making sure you taking care of stuff. So make sure y'all email us. Priestess Tea Time at gmail.com. We want to hear all these
share
weird love stories so we can really get some juice. Okay. We want some juice. I'm gonna put some of mine in there and then just not say that it was from me.
And Valentine's Day is coming up too, so people start acting crazy during the Valentine's Day. You got Valentine's Day, then you got a side chick day. So maybe next time we'll tell you. Next month we'll tell you how to be a good side chick.
Yes,
just don't be one at all. How about that? Don't do it at all.
Listen, and our next one is right before Valentine's Day is our next one. So
February 4th.
February 4th is our next Priestess Tea Time. Dang, do I have the banner up here still? I could have had this banner up here the whole time, child. My bad, y'all. Charge it to my head and not my heart. There's all our cash apps. Okay, Priestess Omoshule is divinely clairaudient. I am Enchanted Vibes LLC. Priestess Ola Iya is Yemeya Goddess. Priestess Omojole is Storm Gray with an E. Duh, Oracle, not the. We not being proper. Shut the hell up. And Priestess Anansi has Venmo as Anansi. So
I may get Cash App. I may have Cash App next time, but please just Venmo me right now.
This is AAVE, bitch.
I cannot with you.
AAVE is proper English.
But don't text with proper English because then you can be considered passive aggressive.
Because you put a period. Child.
That part.
I don't know, because I don't like people who be doing the ellipses. Like my daughter, I could text her. She's like, okay, sure. ... Like, what are you trying to say? But then I realized that's just how she talks or whether she types. But don't type me with all these ellipses and stuff. ... Because I'm thinking there's something that you want to say, but you're not trying to say
it. No, ...
And so
implies that there's more.
So yeah, and I was like,
her fault.
And then I was like, oh, that's just how she texts. But I think she stopped and finally someone said, girl, someone probably cursed out. I was like, what the fuck you trying to say? And so she was like, I don't know. That's just how I text. And so hopefully because I was like, girl, you trying to say something to me? Is it really a sure okay that you can babysit ...
That part. You ... dotting.
Okay. All right, y'all. So check the description. Make sure you're following all of us on YouTube. Make sure you're following Priestess Tea Time when you type like, subscribe, share, all those wonderful things, because we all have a bunch of wonderful content. Priestess Omoshule has been pushing out content, okay? I'm just saying, she's been quietly pushing out videos.
I've been trying to be obedient, okay? Because Spirit was like, I don't want Spirit to move me. I don't want to have to be in a hospital bed. Be like, hey y'all, it's me in the hospital bed. God told me to sit. I don't want to do none of that, okay? So I'm gonna be obedient. So I'm gonna put out material because I feel led to, not because I'm sitting in the hospital bed or have the downtime.
That part.
I'm really trying to be obedient this year, okay?
Same, same.
This the year of the 8, y'all. If y'all know anything about numerology, if y'all know anything about the number 8, about the Orisa that has the number 8, it's Obatala year. Okay, and so we are asking for obedience this year. Okay.
Yeah. And some of us are wearing all white all year again.
I didn't feel led to do it. Okay, and
Have fun with that.
I was just like, damn, I really got to go and really buy like all this white stuff. I ain't divine on it because I really don't want to know the answer.
That part.
And so if you don't really want to know the answer, I don't know. Now I might wear white a little bit more, but
every day.
My wife don't even. I be out here looking like Oshun when she washed her stuff at the river,
Facts.
yellow and shit.
Facts.
And I be like, y'all know my heart. If you want me to do more white spirit, just have a windfall of money just fall right in my lap.
Facts.
That's how we sneak that in. Oh,
that's what I'm just saying.
I want to do white. I need more money. Buy it.
Yeah, because you need to buy white damn near every day.
Yeah, for real. I'm like and we talking about decent white. We talking about like
not no regular. We gotta be.
And then get your white cleaning skills up. White don't stay white.
Hello,
white
I
don't
seen a
stay
thing of
white.
As soon as you put it on, it's dirty. So
that part.
Girl, I looked at a white
you
shirt.
ain't doing the two wear with the white. I'm sorry, y'all. You got a fresh white every time.
Every day.
Every white. Log out.
Every time.
Log out right now.
Let me tell you, you come around me with white on and you looking real dusty. I'm be like, damn, Spirit really don't fuck with her like that. They got her out here looking, come as you are. Come as you are, but have a little bit of decorum, have a little bit of pride.
I'm wearing white all year, y'all. So
you gonna be wearing all white in Morocco too?
This?
Yes.
Oh, you gonna be
in the desert.
It'll be nice in the desert, but I'm gonna have my bright motherfucking yellow on and my orange. Okay. Looking like a lightning glow stick.
Listen, okay, look, don't think I won't divine and ask for an exception because you making it sound real good. Like
that yellow and orange was doing it.
Let me tell you, I can't wait for the pictures. Who's in charge of taking the pictures? We can talk offline about that.
We got a photographer. Ian's gonna have a photographer.
I just can't wait.
It's gonna be great.
I hope y'all ain't trying to wear white on the camels because they stink, they spit, they just be like
dusty. Well, sandy.
And then also too, they be putting the rain through their nose and stuff, and it be blood all on that shit. And it was like, you want to ride the camel? No, I just want a photo op. And I told the camel, I feel so bad that they doing you like this, camel. Like, and I just took a picture. So we ain't riding on no camels. We not doing that. Okay.
We gonna log out is what we're gonna do. Thank you everyone for joining us. Go ahead, Priestess Almost Truly, with your outro.
Oh, am I doing the outro? Okay, y'all. Hey. So just to let y'all know, we talked about protection, right? So this is the seasons of protection. I'm doing a protection series. If you missed my class on Friday, then you missed a good time. I'm doing a class. Oh, Priestess Olaia and I are doing a class about black salt, how to make black salt. So we're talking about protection of the home. So look out for that as well. And so, yeah, I'm Priestess Almost Shule. And like I always say, pray with me. Don't play with me.
I am Priestess Eva Pomule. Shadow work begins tomorrow. There is still time to sign up. Y'all know how to find me, to find that dang on link, because I post it every 5 seconds, but it's my Linktree link and it'll take you there. The Practical Priestess series is over. The first one, bundle 1, is over, so you can purchase the entire bundle now together. You don't have to wait no more for the classes. There's 7 classes in there for $100. I'm working on the Practical Priestess bundle part 2, so be on the lookout for that. And remember to keep your head so high you don't even see the haters.
I am Priestess Olaia Ifashabi. As Omo Shule has mentioned, we are going to be doing a black salt class, mainly for protection, of course. And then later on in the year, we'll be doing some other things, and we will be doing another self-love ritual. So keep your eyes peeled for that. And as I always say, test these waters if you want to.
All right, y'all, glam mother right here. So I got the rest, recuperate, recalibrate, ritual coming up in January. You know, um, I have kits going out for those because um, I don't trust y'all with soap or heat. So, yeah, so we got the kids going out for those. As soon as we figure out what's going on with the link, you'll definitely have that available. But if not, it will always be available for the rest of the year because it's not a timed ritual, but it is a ritual whenever you need to rest, recalibrate, and recuperate. Also, starting in February, I'm doing the Glamour Magic series. We're going to talk about the mundane aspects and other things you can do in order to enhance glamour magic. There won't be a lot of rituals done because glamour magic is more so of uh, inner work than outer work, but it'll definitely be in there. So be on the lookout for that. I'm also going to get back to doing Mother's Moments on my YouTube channel. So if you're not on my YouTube channel, you need to be on my YouTube channel. Um, and pretty much catch me in these spiritual streets. All right. So, as always, be fruitful and multiply. Go forth and do great things. Live long and prosper. May the force be with you, and may the odds forever be in your favor.
What's up, y'all? So, thank you for joining us today. I just want to let you know that I will be, along with Priestess Oya Petu, putting together or offering you guys a Reiki certification course. As you know, I'm a Reiki master, and I will be training the coven and anybody else who would like to purchase purchase to sit at the table. That will be coming up in a couple of weeks. We will be having a class on self Reiki healing for your bloodlines. Look out for that link. If you're not in the coven, it'll be available to you soon. And as always, please be the change you want to see. I am Priestess Anansi, and it's been great.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us, and we will see you on February 4th for the next episode of Priestess Tea Time. Peace.